Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 1 of Madame Curio's Bazaar. With me, I have some faces new and old, and we will be introducing them and their characters shortly. But first, a small introduction. If I can pull up the right set of notes. There we go. While some adventurers protect the very fate of the world and its inhabitants, this is no such tale. We begin this story of small-scale adventures in the turbulent world of Valencia. On the recovering continent of Albion, we find the sleepy town of Trevenza, a town of lush forest and greenery, primarily inhabited by elvenkind. Peaceful as it is old, this civilization is built almost primarily in the treetops. Handmade wooden bridges connect home to home, business to business. Elven children laugh and play in the treetops as they swing from vine to vine. Everyone seems to be in good spirits, even after the events of the previous month. You see, recently the town's elder has passed away of natural causes. Shihana was a powerful druid, and they protected the town from chaos storms for generations. A chaos storm struck the town the night before, bringing hail and lightning down in conjunction no rhyme or reason to the weather patterns of the region. All structures were safe from harm except for one. The oddball of the village, the only shop not built into the treetops, but starting on the forest floor. Built into the base of a tree, warm light spills out over a crooked sign that reads Madame Curio's Bazaar. Inside, we find a small reception room, 5 wooden chairs filled with 5 unique and probably strange adventurers. They sit in silence as the dozens of cuckoo clocks tick loudly around the room. Across from them, the sound of a typewriter being piloted on its own thrums against the gurgle of the magical water cooler in the corner. And now, my question is, which adventurer would like to introduce themselves first?
Sorry, there are sirens going right now, or I would offer.
All right, fine. A dwarf steps forward. He wears a leather hat with one of the brims pinned up to the side, holding many feathers of various birds in it. He has a well-kept facial hair, much shorter beard than other dwarves. And he wears a long brown coat, padded for armor's sake, as well as a tiger's pelt over his shoulders. He's dressed in a pretty rough and tumble manner. Looks like he just probably came in straight out of the forest. And as he gets up to go to the desk to get his paperwork, you hear the click-clack on the wooden floor of a bulldog trailing behind him. Just classic English bulldog look, right? Brown and white, the big old mushy face. And Torg steps forward and, g'day, name's Torg, Torg Oakbeard. There's my adventuring license. Thank you very much. Pats the paper, folds up his renewed adventuring license and puts it into his jacket. All right, come on, Tara. We gotta get us some work now.
Torg, it's at this point I will have you roll your icon dice. For those of you in the audience, this is a 13-age mechanic where you're connected to a icon, they call it, or an arch-existence of the realm, and we're going to have Torg roll his right now.
I got a 5. Do I add the 3 from my...
No, it's flat.
Okay.
So a 5 and a 6 roll. Oh, I still have the hell background.
Oops.
A 5 and a 6 roll basically means that your icon is going to interfere with the game tonight at some point.
Ooh,
so
fun.
A 5 means it's complicated instead of just straight beneficial like a 6 would. So maybe Krug will help you. Maybe he'll accidentally hurt you tonight.
Well, Krug has got all those beasties and all the naturey things going on. Krug is a... how do we word this nicely? A fickle master to serve.
Fair enough.
The rat saw turns one's eye to see, and it notices that about you. That 5 allows me to guess what's going on with Korg. It's not clear exactly. I will read what the ability says, because this one means I might get it wrong, because it's not a 6.
Uh-oh.
That's so cool.
Yeah, right? Whenever you or an ally uses a 5 or 6 on an icon relationship die during a session, You gain insight into their goals and motives through a glimpse at the hand they are playing. The GM will provide you with a piece of in-game information, and you gain a d6 leverage die. Write down the icon's name and whether the icon roll was a 5 or 6. Once before your next full hill up, you can add this die to a skill check. The check should have a connection to that icon, even if it's a stretch. You can use this die for your own check or aid a nearby ally. If you gain the leverage die from a 6 on the icon roll, simply add the result to the check. However, if you use the leverage die from a 5, there is a risk. If the leverage die rolls a 6, you don't add the die to the checks, you subtract it. You were acting on misleading information or a wrong gut feeling.
Interesting. Okay, make sure you note that, because I'll forget.
Okay.
And seeing you looking intently at Torg, Red Sword, Torg will look at you. Oh, do I got a dingo? Did I let a dingo get in here again? Oh, that would be really bad. The name's Torg. How you doing? Good day to you.
Oh no. You talk. Oh, that is unfortunate.
Before we go further, Red Sword, why don't you introduce oneself?
The Red Sword puts down the dictionary she was reading and looks up. She's wearing clothes that are far, far too big for her and are kind of drowning her out. And you can see she just kind of like ripped the skirt, and you see that she's like covered, and you see that one is covered in bruises, like they're just all over. And she has this kind of expression of, I don't know what I'm doing, but I also don't like what you're doing right now, kind of thing going on. And she just seems in general uncomfortable with everything. This person was, in fact, a sword who got turned into flesh and blood and is kind of dealing not so great with that. Because walking is hard, it turns out.
You're not wrong.
I mean, I get that. Like, Sam, get that.
Nevi also get that. This might be a little bit of me dealing with the fact that I don't know how to walk.
Fair enough. Would anyone else, as this Oh, go ahead, Red Sword, and roll your icon dice as well.
Okay. Let's go to that. And can you just like click on it? Is that how it works with this?
I don't know. I'm not using the Roll20. I mean, yes, I am.
Oh, Roll20's great. We love it. Oh,
I don't know if it I don't think it rolls.
There.
Oh, cool.
I think I did it, didn't I?
Yeah,
Unless it
you're-
broke.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
I
you
didn't.
check it, I think.
Yes. Okay. It looks like I got a.
Oh, that's
6.
cool.
Yeah, you rolled a 6. So at some point before the we're gonna do like the arc, so 1 or 2 episodes before the arc is over, because we might not get much tonight. Polly will interfere with your quest. All right. Anyone else would like to introduce themselves?
Sure.
Go. Or Abby can go, either one.
Sorry. So sitting across from Torg is a high elven woman in the prime of her life, maybe a little bit after, who has dark hair that spills and waves and curls down her shoulders, and she is one of those people that was very, very beautiful in like their prime and is now just starting to wane, like just going past that, and is starting to get those lines, those signs of age. And she's just looking with contempt at this dog who is just slobbering all over the place and
Oh yeah.
getting on her shoes, and oh, this is not okay. Can you please keep that mutt under control?
He's not a mutt. He's a purebred bulldog. Crikey! At least get
Well-
your dogs right.
Well, he is slobbering all over my shoes, and my shoes are worth at least twice what he is.
I'm sure your shoes are worth a lot more. He was free from a box So don't worry. Come here, Tara. I'm sorry. He don't usually act like a dango does, but look, I'm sorry, miss. And he just kind of like brings Torg and just starts petting him. And just, good boy, good boy.
And he's rewarding him. Okay. Never mind. Who are you anyway?
I'm Torg, mate, and this is Tara.
No, that's for sure. Well, I'm Yvette. Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, are we doing introductions? My apologies. I am the Red Sword. Do not call me the. Do not call me Red. Do not call me Sword. It is, in fact, the Red Sword. I do believe you can get it right if you try.
Duly noted.
All right, next
And she'll-
introduction. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
she'll just go back to being like
Oh
disgusted at the dog.
All right, Sam or Lucy.
So, I am playing Amara Daemon. She is a plump, petite lavender tiefling with shoulder-length, wavy purple hair and dark ram's horns. She's very cute looking. She has these wide amethyst doe eyes and a tail with a heart-shaped spade on the end. She's wearing clothes that were probably once very, very nice, but have become scuffed and faded from age and use. And she's bristling with weapons. She's got a longbow on her back, and a pair of short swords and a quiver on opposite hips. And she's just kind of looking around, like, not entirely sure how she ended up in this exact situation.
Nor am I. We breezed over that part.
And I have a question about icon relationships. I have
Oh, Abby,
multiple
you need to roll
icon.
yours too.
I have multiple icon relationships. Do I roll for all of them or just one?
All of the either positive or conflicting ones.
Okay.
I have two conflicting and no positive. Is that a bad thing?
That's
What
not
the
great.
hell?
It's not great.
How?
We'll say
I
that.
love
It's
it.
not great.
I have got a 1 and a 3, so nothing happens.
I got a 6
Uh-oh.
and a 5.
Oh, no.
Oh shit! They're all
Okay.
come in and just like clash and wrestle each other in the middle of our
They're
adventure.
just gonna kill you guys. Well,
The
Abby,
Red Sword is sort of like looking at all of this and being like, "Ah, there's a lot going on today, isn't there?"
That's assuming Marcevel is an icon.
yeah.
Okay.
We'll call it that for your character at least, at the very least.
So what are they? What were yours? I have to write them down. My apologies.
Oh, I got a 6 and a 5.
Right to who? What person though?
Oh, Affinity for the 6 and Marcevel for the 5.
And Marcel. Okay.
I need to write this down too. You guys weren't
Yeah.
supposed to roll all these.
I also need to
It's
know
a heck of a
what.
first session.
I need to learn what all those people do because I can apply.
You can get at least some information in the like lore docs in the Discord.
That's true. I am going
Like
to
the
look into that.
Pantheon and
Well-
arch existence stuffs.
This'll be fun.
Marcevel's Yvette's ex-husband, if that's what you want to know from that.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. No. Like the Red Sword's immediately like, oh. That's interesting.
Amara, did you roll for yours?
I did. I got a 1 and a 3, so
Okay.
I'm
Very good.
cool.
All right. Sam, would you like to introduce your character 22 minutes into the show?
Sure. So I think just because I'm going last, you sort of hear like the door slam open and you hear this like rushed clattering sound as a short, high elven person comes in. They have very pale skin, short hair that's mostly black, but with like a shock of pink in the front. It's cut like think like short Captain Marvel style, like that's the way it's sort of styled. They have 3 horizontal scars across their nose and cheeks, and really sort of jarring bright silver eyes. Their clattering armor is very well worn and scratched half plates, and they have simple white and goldenrod like linen clothing underneath it. In their hand is what looks like it was probably once a really nice spear, but now clearly has at least a handful of like ornamental gems missing. And as they like stand there sort of gasping for breath, leaning on their spear, like, oh, 1 minute. Sorry, am I late? Oh, okay. You can see there's a tattoo of something on their hand. And this is Lorien Noriel. They sort of come clattering and like, hey, hey there, it's real nice to meet y'all, all of yous. Madam Curio's not here yet. I was supposed to be here like, 5-10 minutes ago. Sorry I'm a little bit late. Nice to see all your friendly faces. And oh, that's a dog. That is a dog.
Good day, that's Tara. Oh, Tara, why don't you have some good manners and go say hello to our new friend?
No,
and Tara
no,
begins begins circling around you and is like
Can I pet your dog, please?
Oi, of course, Tara. Tara loves to be pet, especially on the belly and right under here where the cheek flaps are.
Hi, dog.
Hey, Tara just happily trots up to you and just plops down expectantly.
Oh my god.
So many cuddles.
Yeah, Lorien is like frozen while Terror is near them, and then the moment he goes away, they just sort of like quick panic walk as far across the room as they possibly can, and they're just like, he's a good trained doggo you got there though, right, friend? Right?
Oh yeah, he ain't no dango. Look, the only time he attacks something is when I say sick him. Oh shit, did I say it? Also, if one of my axes, and he like kind of opens up his coat and he has this belt full of all these hand axes, like with feathers and various like animal, like bone or like rabbit foot parts on it. Obviously ranger type. He's very much the outdoorsman. And like, if this one of these is sticking in you, then I'll train Tolan to attack it and try and maul whatever my axe is sticking into, because that means that we're in trouble, right, mate? I think it's quite clever, if you ask me. I've been told it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that does sound super cool there. Let's just not go sticking any axes in any of us, please, okay?
Well, that's not your plan.
An axe. Not a choice. There are far better weaponry, but who am I to judge?
Oi, what were you gonna say? Like a halberd or something? The red sword?
No, I'm not a fan of halberds. Do you want to guess?
Boy, I can't run out of ideas here. I was gonna think of say Morning Star, but that doesn't sound too right. And you can kind of like, if you're really focusing on Torg, you can tell he's just like really fucking with you.
Cute.
Boy, I always say I'm a charmer, the best trailblazer trail guide out there, because I keep running my yap and people think it's great.
Do they? Perhaps they'd pay extra to get you to be quiet.
Oh, well, if you're offering, well, sure, I'll shut up if you got money.
No, I was a sword, I'm a person. I don't want your small, non-sharp bits of gold. I don't really see the purpose of it. You can't hurt anyone with it. It's too dull.
Sorry, you were a sword,
Yes.
and now you're a person?
Yeah, we just glossing over that bit there.
Well, perhaps one is right, though, about the whole gold being just assigned value because we think it's valuable. I mean, it's actually quite...
Right, I agree with that immensely. No, but if we want to get into it, yes, I was a sword. I am now, thanks to that terrible little chaos storm, in the shape of flesh and blood. It is unfortunate, but at least I have legs.
Well,
Round.
at least you make quite an appealing flesh and blood.
Ooh.
Were you a sentient sword, or is this new?
Yes, oh no, I was always sentient. I could see far, far much more than I can now. It's so sad to be brought down to your little brains. However do you exist like this? Oh,
Quite easy. So in the morning, I eat some breakfast, usually some cockatrice eggs, and then I'll go out trailblazing and have a hard day's work, make some money, come home, Tara and I maybe play a little tug of war or something, then I go take a nap, and then I'm back at it again every day. That's how I
Tug
do
of
it, mate.
war. Tug of war, is that what you call it?
Oh. Oh, that is unfortunate indeed.
Oh, this is gonna be a fun night. Do you need me to roll for my icons, Chris?
Yes, please. take us away, please. Oh no.
So that's 2 5s.
For who?
The Adjudicator and good old Boolin Yang.
Aw.
To remember so many of these people now. I wasn't expecting to have to remember everyone's on the first game.
Look, we're just not gonna do anything tonight. We're just gonna be sassy to each other for the next 2 hours.
Please continue. I'm enjoying.
Wait, okay, so we have intervention in this art from Bulin Yang,
Uh-huh.
the Adjudicator,
Uh-huh.
Affinity.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Who else?
Polly and Korg and Matchaville.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I get so many extra die. So many extra die.
The red sword is gonna kick ass this session.
Oh, crikey.
Also information about them. So Chris, later you'll have to DM me with like facts about what all of these people want.
Sounds good.
For what it's worth, mine are in the Arch Existence doc to make life easy.
All right. You may continue greeting each other. You wait for quite a long time, and just nothing happens. The typewriter is just continuously clicking. Again, the little water cooler in the corner, it kind of bubbles up from underneath of the tree and just makes that really loud noise that I'm sure we've all heard.
I'm gonna be the one who gets that awkward cup of coffee during the silence. Everyone's just sitting there. I go over to the magical coffee maker, and I'm just blub 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 blub. And I get a little bowl out and fill up water from the water cooler for Terror.
It's just the loudest thing in the world.
Yeah, it's like because it's so like awkwardly quiet. It's just the loudest shit in the world. And of course, like once the coffee's ready, hot. All that seems so loud and just annoying because that's who Torg is.
So, I'm Amara. Hi.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. I guess I didn't really introduce myself when I came in like that. My name's Lorian. It's great to meet all of you.
Very nice to meet you, Lorian.
Glad to see we'll be in good company, Lorian. I'm a vet.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. I like to stand up a little straighter, realizing like, shit, somebody might matter.
Torg is still just leaning on the cooler, drinking his coffee. I'm Torg, if I didn't make that clear, mates. Good day. Nice to make everyone's acquaintance.
The red sword.
Hi.
The red sword, it's nice to meet you.
Yes. Well, I would prefer not to meet you in this form, but what shall I do with it?
I do not know.
Oh, getting right pissed is a great idea, I say.
Pissed? You wish me to stab myself?
No, I mean, like, getting, like, shit-faced, mate. Like, drunk.
Shit! Drunk. Oh.
There's this place back home called Riskus. Best fucking ale you'll ever drink. Look, when we're done here, I'm gonna take you out so you can experience getting one of the best parts of being alive, mate. And then we'll get some shrimp on the barbie, and we'll call it a night.
No, it's alright. I ate the other day. I don't understand how often I have to feed, but I'm sure it's
3
not.
times a day, usually.
Wait, no, excuse me, what?
Typically 3 times. Sometimes you have snacks.
3?
So it's a few. Yes.
Us dwarves have like 5 meals a day, so.
That seems extraordinarily insufficient.
Well, I'm
Well,
on that
inefficient.
Terra OMAD diet, so.
But you just spent so long. You spend all of your time eating and sleeping and shitting that you never get anything done. This makes so much more sense.
I mean,
Oh.
that
Oh,
sounds like
my-
some pretty productive time to me. I don't know about you.
Some of my best ideas came up when I was on the can, mate. Like
Ugh.
the axes and making terror attack them. I was on the old chamber pot, if you know what I'm saying.
Look, eating
I
can
mean,
be
you
a
said
very
it.
enjoyable experience.
Oh, can it? Oh.
Yeah.
I'll have to take your word for it.
Oh, you just haven't had a good old mom's cooking. You've just been eating all that crap from old Cheeser, haven't you? Well, Cheeser's is pretty good too. So,
If it's not too forward of me, the red sword, how long have you been in this form, I guess?
How long ago was the Chaos Storm?
2 days. I said 1 in the introduction, but it's probably more like 2 at this point since you're all here.
2 days.
Oh,
So you're really new at this.
Oh no, I'm extremely unused to this. I have had several different wielders through my lifetime, so I'm aware briefly of what your kind is like, but I have never had to experience your troubles personally. And I must say, I do apologize to each and every one of you for being in such limiting existences.
thank you.
You're
yeah,
welcome.
I guess thanks that. Life can get hard sometimes, but that's what terror is here for. Terror keeps me, that's what dogs are for. Cats, if you're into cats more. Or I imagine Yvette is.
So you take smaller, fluffier versions of yourself, and you use that to make your life feel more fulfilling.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's called a pet, mate.
I like you.
Mm. You are the easiest to communicate with so far.
Take that as a compliment.
Oh, look, if it's the coastal dwarf accent, mate, I'm sorry, I can't help it. It's where I come from.
Oh, it's a little tough to read sometimes.
Where do you come from?
Oh, me?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
you.
Oh, I come from Theroboros. I'm from one of the coastal clans of dwarves. There ain't many of us left anymore. There's me cousin Cheeser, but he's got a business.
Cheeser. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, he sells cheese-based snacks and foods. You know how we were talking about wasting time eating? Now talking about a good time eating, mate. Anyway, that's where I come from. But, I prefer the woods and the forests. So, that's usually what I call home nowadays. Well, where you coming from, Amara?
I'm from Albion.
Well, Albion's a big place, mate. I don't know anyone more specific.
Eastward?
So you don't want to tell. Are you running from something, or something running from you?
I've just been sort of on my own for a really long time, kind of. Not really from anywhere in specific, Should I roll deception or something like?
Hold on. Yeah, I mean you can roll a charisma check if you'd like. If you'd like to use any backgrounds, now would be the time.
I will be using one of my backgrounds. My background is secrets and lies. Thank you.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
great start.
It's a 12.
If anyone else would like to roll a wisdom check to try to ascertain if Amara is telling the truth or not, they may.
Why
Sure,
not?
that sounds fun.
Can I use my background insightful tactician to help with that?
No, I believe her.
That's gonna be a 17.
She is lying. The red sword got a little close to home there, very quickly.
I don't know what I rolled. This is confusing. What? Okay,
Lorian's
so
just nodding.
yeah,
Oh, nice.
I stopped paying attention when you were talking and went back to the dictionary.
All right. We'll just leave it at Eastwood for now. Gives a little wink.
What about you, Yvette?
Chris, where did I reside prior to this?
It's really up to you, Abby. Would you like to be from Albion? Would you like to be from Maywood?
I don't know.
Is this fresh slate, Yvette?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yes.
I don't know. Do you want to be from a big town, a little town?
I don't know. Marcevel just like lives around other people.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. Um,
A nice little celestial village that's always paradise and always nice, and the weather's always perfect.
I mean, he probably has like his own little pocket dimension thing that you guys probably spent more time in, but you can also be from somewhere to make your lie more believable.
sure. I'm from Albion.
All right.
I'm from Albion.
And do you also not have an exact location?
Well, I don't live there anymore, so it doesn't matter. I didn't get to keep the house.
Oh, and I was able to pick up that the thing was your ex-husband, right? The so, huh? Interesting.
So, fresh starts.
Tension increases.
Inner party tension.
This is a very tense party.
It's so good.
There's Torger just drinking the coffee. Okay.
I'm still petting the dog, by the way.
Yes.
Lorian hasn't moved from across the room, still staring at the dog, but is
And
still being very friendly from just far away.
the one who
distance
refuses to come closer. Where are you from?
Oh, nothing personal. I'm just, very comfortable over here. That's okay. I'm from, around here, Albion parts too. Up near the Bronze Summit Mountains.
Oh, we get a location. That's new.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's no specific town, I guess, that the state's on or whatever. There's a couple of places nearby, but that's about as near as I can get, I guess.
Estate.
Oh yeah, it's just old family home. Nothing. Never mind.
Are you nobility?
How was that coffee, Torg?
Oh, the coffee's great, mate. You want? I can make you a cup right now.
Sure, that'd be great. I'd be much obliged there.
All right.
Okay, if you're going to try a misdirection, it's more helpful to focus on someone else rather than an object like a coffee. You want to take the conversation to something we can all talk about. None of us care about is coffee. Next time, try to divert back to the other things we were avoiding, such as one of their secret pasts. You do realize that none of you are important enough to hold your secrets this closely, yes?
Oi, we're all important, mate.
Chris, real quick, having a location and a nod to nobility, can I attempt to figure out if I recognize anything about Lorian's origins, their maybe family symbol or anything?
Sure, go ahead. Make a wisdom check. Or intelligence, either one.
14. Whoop. 15? Yes, 15.
14. Lorian, what does Amara know? I'll let you do it.
Sure. Let's see. 14. I guess she would probably be able to recognize the tattoo on their hand is very definitely the symbol of an arch existence called the Adjudicator. It's set so like the palm of their hand has like a skull on it with a sword going like down the center that pierces it, and wings that like wrap around to the back of their hand. You would probably know there's only like a handful of like people who really openly follow her, I think, right, Chris? So I haven't given a last name yet. I don't know if that would necessarily be enough, like a 14, but
Just wondering if I have to be concerned. It's fine.
it's totally fine.
No immediate
Totally
red
fine.
flags.
Good.
All right, so as the conversation, I almost don't want to interrupt, but I'm going to. As the conversation again finds one of the natural lulls, the typewriter finally ceases. And instead, you hear a ding, and it stops typing, finally. It's been sitting at that desk, typing on its own for the past 30 minutes, depends how patient everyone is. And the door behind it, the wall it's less of a door and more of a wall that kind of swings open. And inside, past this room, you see this now open door, and you see an ever-extending shop of the largest collection of strange items you have ever seen. The items themselves almost make aisles, as everything sits unorganized in piles and rows. Wardrobes and shelves line the aisles, as paintings and books line the shelves. It's unorganized, it's a mess, but in the most wonderful way. You feel as if you could get lost in one of the many aisles or piles of interesting items. You look past this room and see yet another room, a larger chamber than the first, the same feeling of unorganized wonder. You feel as though you could find any great treasure that you've ever read about or ever heard about, just sitting in one of the stacks.
Um,
I like.
hello?
There's no response.
Yvette's immediately gonna start going to the shiniest pile of things and start picking things up and looking at them. And
Yeah, there's a nice row of like candlesticks, like brass and gold candlesticks, like fine china, all sorts of higher living type items. But you do notice they're all like there's like something weird about all of them. Like maybe one has a hook, one's like cracked a little bit. None of them are like perfect anymore, or maybe they never were.
okay,
Am I aware of these things? Have I seen them before from?
Yeah, I mean you were probably hanging on a wall, so
Yeah, since I was stuck in this shop for 3 months.
Yeah. Yeah, you probably had a pretty good view of a candlestick.
Oh, that damn candlestick.
Old acquaintance of yours, the Red Sword?
Oh no, it's not the candlestick specifically I'm mad at, but I'm venting a little bit at the moment. I have spent 3 months staring at it. So yes,
Okay.
I'm quite used to that candlestick.
would you like to break it?
Oh, that sounds fun.
Now,
Hold on. And now we've been invited here. Should we go around breaking things? That seems
I
rude.
figure if we
Look.
buy it for one first, then it's
Look.
like
One said it was
whatever.
personal.
there's someone else I'd rather break than the candlestick. It's
I
fine.
don't know.
Someone?
Just
Well,
steps
I want-
back.
Okay with breaking stuff, mate. Let's break stuff.
No, I will break.
Here.
I will break someone specifically, but the candlestick,
Who are you planning to break?
Esmeralda Aether.
Ew, a good old quest for vengeance. All right, sign me up. I'm in, mate. Let's do it.
I know that name.
Probably not. No.
Well, no, she is a decently renowned hero due to me.
If you want to make an intelligence check, you can, Amara.
I rolled very badly. That's a 5, so nope.
Yeah,
I do not.
Not ringing a bell.
The Red Sword, I would just like to say that I feel a very deep connection with you.
Do you also
Think so?
have one you'd like to break?
Oh, yes.
All right, 2 quests for vengeance in one, mate.
Oh,
Okay.
no, I mean, I'd love to murder him, but it would not be feasible, so it's not happening. So I'm running away.
Stand down, Tara. Stand down. False alarm.
Is it the... Yes, it is. Oh, I'm sorry. That does make things more difficult.
We're just going to pretend he doesn't exist.
Oh, well, no, we can do that.
That's a good plan. I've been there.
He's just like awkward sipping from Lorien in the back with their coffee cup.
Like the entire time, Yvette's just going to be like, I don't want to talk about it, but then she'll just turn around and be like, oh my god, I can't. I don't want to talk about it.
I'm gonna lean over to Amara, or at least the best I can, because I'm a dwarf. So I'm gonna lean up a little bit. Oh, you think we should get her a glass of wine or something, mate? Oh, she seems like she could really use it.
Might help.
Yeah. So I think take them both out to get plastered after this is the right call.
Well, okay. I don't know about that, but all right.
All right, where is this Madam Curio at? All right, I'm starting to waste valuable trailblazing time. I could be making cash, guiding some people through the forest. Where is she?
In the middle of your sentence, Torg. Hey, my captions worked. In the middle of your sentence,
Hey!
Torg, in the back, you hear, I'm over here, dear.
I'm gonna whirl around. Oh, here you are, mate. All right, Mom Curio. It's a pleasure to see you.
All of you see, amidst one of these, like, Mod Podge, messy aisles, you see a half-elven woman on the shorter side. She is very elderly. She has gray hair, kind of like black gray, though. It's kind of slowly fading. Her hair's kind of tucked behind both of her ears, but one single strand kind of falls in front of each. She has like a small pin in the top of her hair. She has two green, very, I don't know how to explain it. They're very intense eyes, but not in the way that she means harm, just in the way that she knows she's seen a lot. She's just been through some things. She's seen a lot. She's done a lot of things. And you see her, she's just slowly dusting along one of the wardrobes and the shelves, even though this place is a wreck. Like, there's no reason to dust. There's a lot more pressing issues, like the overturned dressers in piles, the broken chairs in the corners, things like that. And she just goes about dusting. She doesn't explain herself.
Are you aware that the dusting is futile and that it's probably one of the least important things on the order to fixing the shop?
Oh dear, just because it's not important doesn't mean it shouldn't be done.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you're going to probably have to redust them after you fix all these other...
The red sword. When people get old, they're not all there anymore.
Oh, you see, I haven't actually had much dealings with those who are elderly.
Yeah, and
most of my real
hopefully you never will.
Yes, yes.
Now, the red sword. Unless you
Yes,
do something soon, you will experience getting old quite quickly. And she just, like, sweetly smiles at you as if, like, you know, she knows she got a one-up there, and she's just, like, sickeningly sweet smiling at you.
I'm sure I will find a solution and escape this terrible form, one that will haunt you until you die.
Well, I hope it's quicker than 3 months, dear. But anyways, let's go talk. And she just starts, like, she's very hunched over, and she kind of reaches down, she pulls something out of her pocket and gives Terror a little biscuit, and continues walking. And there's a bunch of desks in, like, the back room. Again, it's not like an office, it's just a pile of desks, and she just sits down at one.
I will sit as well.
Okay.
I have fallen on the way over. I'm still not that used to walking. So
Well, hang on there, the red sword, and I'll just sort of like clank pick you up.
Oh.
I'm actually like, they pick you up really
Oh.
easily. Like, they're small and look kind of scrawny, but they're just like, whoop, here you go.
there is a surprising amount of strength in those extraordinarily small limbs.
Oh, thanks. Don't go, telling too many people. It's a good little secret. And I just like wink, like over dramatically at you and keep moseying.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so she's just kind of sitting there. She's got her hands folded. She's like dusting absentmindedly as you all kind of find like a haphazard seat around her. And then she just launches into her backstory. She just like does not look up at you like concerned or anything, but she just begins speaking. She says, "You see, I've spent my life collecting these items. My dears, they're all mildly cursed in some way or another. Most of them aren't necessarily malicious, and none of them are going to trap your soul or anything over the top like that, or even harm you. They're just inconvenient to the user. 2 nights ago, a chaos storm shook the town of Trevenza, as you have all known. Many of the items awoke in some way or another. It's quiet now, because it's early in the morning, but the curses will start to come alive the later it gets. Some of the items need to be destroyed, some return to which they came, some of them need something to be done for them to put them to sleep. Others need to be retrieved as the chaos storm spread them far and wide. This is where you all come in, and I'm glad you're here. I can't adventure anymore. Plus, I need to stay here anyways and subdue the curses when they come to life." She reaches out and she kind of like pats down her coat that she's wearing, like a simple white coat, and she pulls out this little brooch, and it's just a simple leaf with a feather, like a dove's feather in the middle of it. And she's like, and this is one of the most troublesome ones that I would love if you would all start with. I'd like you to start with this because it was a dear friend of mine, and they gave it to me. Or, I'm sorry, it was an item of a dear friends of mine, and they gave it to me and for safekeeping because it was causing them some issues, but I just can't have it in the shop anymore. It's almost like it incites the others.
What would you like us to do with it?
Well, the brooch belonged to the headmaster of Candlecrest Academy. I would like you to return it to her. And actually, I'll let it show you. And she sets it down on the table. And all of your visions kind of flash as soon as the brooch makes contact with the wooden desk in front of you. You hear the slight ring of metal on wood, and then all of a sudden your eyes are just drawn out of the city and to Candlecrest Academy. You see like a half semicircular village around this large mansion built into the cliff face. And you see all the people, and you can just see that the streets are packed, but something's wrong there. You just feel an eerie sense. And then you're pulled back into Madame Curio's shop.
Oh, that was fun.
Yes, this troublesome little one gives people visions of places that maybe they don't want to think about all the time, and that's how the headmaster eventually gave it to me to deal with.
So we're giving it back for them to deal with instead.
No, I believe it'll put it to rest if I'm thinking correctly.
Alright, what's the pay?
Oh, name your price. I could give you this desk.
Oh, I don't need a desk. I do too much traveling. Like a desk might,
But what do you need, Torg?
Well, Tara could use a little, adventure. I think Tara could use a little fashion sense himself. Something, Well, let me think about it. Alright, maybe after the job's done.
She looks on at everybody else, kind of almost silently asking, what would you all like for this?
Oh, I don't need anything fancy. Just, whatever. Queen might be a fair, asking price. Whatever. No big deal. Just whatever.
I need enough to get me a not just decent room, a good room at the nearest tavern. No, it's not the nearest good tavern. And it needs to come with several amenities. So once we price that out, I think we can find an arrangement.
Just send me a bill, my dear. And she kind of pats your hand, does the old grandma one on top of the other.
You just have a card or something for me to take?
No, I'll accompany you over there and we'll pay for it there.
No, I'll just send you an invoice.
I'll PayPal you.
I'll just send you an invoice of that. Yeah, coin, appropriate amount of coin works for me, something to keep, old roof over me head when we need it and keep food in Tara's belly.
Understood.
Take an appropriate amount of coin as well.
All right. The red sword, I have a feeling I already know what you would like.
And do tell, what would I like?
Well, I overheard your little vengeance quest talk the two of you had, and I know a lot of things. I've met a lot of people.
So you're willing to sell out Esmeralda Aether's location, is what you're saying?
That's how important this is, dear. I know they're all mild curses, but they are sitting in a room all together.
Huh. Then I do believe we will have a deal.
I'm glad to hear it. Well, my carriage is out back. You may take any horse you please. And you all know the way to Candlecrest, do you not?
I would like to assume I do, because Trailblazer.
Yep, you're good.
Actually, can I also have that candle? And I point to it.
Yes, but it'll make your head spin once a day. That's its curse, unfortunately.
It's fine, I take it and I smash it.
Wait, literally. As this happens.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
I guess you've solved 2 issues today. Thank you so much.
Well,
All
I
right,
think you're
chop,
gonna
chop,
have
let's
to
go.
dust that up now too, though.
All
Oh, one
right.
was right.
I always am.
Alright,
do
chop
wanna
chop.
note-
This needs to get done sooner rather than later, Deuce.
I do want to note that Torg's mount is an emu, so when we hit the road, he's gonna be riding an emu into the sunset.
Oh.
That is fantastic.
Oh
Where on Theroboros are there emus, Chris?
Oh, I feel like Theroboros is the Australia
coast.
of the world.
It kind of looks like Australia a little bit.
Like when you
I
told
just
me
thought like
coastal
maybe
dwarves.
Tolos or something.
I wouldn't be surprised if there were emu on Tolos.
That's true.
I don't know. He also has an emu. He has an emu mount because why
That's
not?
so good.
I love it.
I love him so much.
I love this whole disaster party.
This whole party is so fun.
We're all just dumpster fires.
Alright, so you find out, Max.
Bastards.
You find it's a nice carriage, but it's strange, as everything Madame Curio keeps, and it has black wood with these like white intricate tracings. It's a little too like regal for her position, and you feel like, is this also one of her cursed items that she's just giving to us? And so you all feel a little weird about it, but this is what she's left you. She has a stable of horses. You can choose whatever one you wish, and you can be on your way.
Taking the
I
emu.
don't know how to ride a horse. I've been a human for 2 days.
Oh God.
You can sit in the carriage.
Fine.
That works.
So as you hit the road to Candlecrest, is there any other role-playing y'all would like to do on the way?
How far is Candlecrest?
Well, time is relative in this campaign, so probably a day, but it could be a second.
I was curious more just like distance-wise, like how far we were going and stuff.
Yeah, it's probably a
not a big
day's
deal.
travel, but
Can I use my tracker background feed thing to help us find like the best possible road
sure.
route
Probably
through the woods?
Probably like 16-hour travel then, with Torg kind of helping out, trailblazing with his emu.
Yes, emu and bulldog away.
So good.
And I also have a little side pouch, sidecar on the emu for
Oh,
terror.
No.
So good.
Oh.
So Torg, what's the story with the bird?
Hey, I got this one over when I was in Tolos, mate. I was doing some trailblazing stuff out there, and I needed to get across the harsh terrain in a quite quick minute, and bought this off an old farmer out there. They had a whole farm of them, mainly for feathers and stuff like that. But I was like, hey, I could probably ride one of those. I'm not that large of a dwarf.
Well, clearly a success.
Oh yes,
Right.
And we all have to work together, right?
yeah, that's the idea.
We can't like split up into teams who are like maybe people I enjoy and people I don't want to be around.
You don't like the bird?
Well, most of you can stay. I just want him to be on his own.
I understand, mate. I'm sorry to have offended. And he kind of like takes the emu, Emmy
Oh,
the
no.
emu, and he just kind of like has the emu pick up the pace a little bit to be a little bit ahead of everyone, to not be a bother anymore.
Oh,
Abby
no.
Abby feels terrible about this, but Yvette doesn't. Abby feels very bad.
I think Lorian's kind of just like, oh, okay, well, I think it'll be important that we all, keep each other's backs. Things didn't really quite look like they were all, straight-laced and good over there at Candlekeep.
Yeah. What? So was that vision like real, or was it the brooch taunting us, or theories?
Oh, I don't know. Madame Curio said the brooch would show people things they'd rather not see, but I've never seen Candlekeep or whatever Candlecrest before. Although I'd rather not see anybody all like weird like they were.
It was
Does that
just
count?
really quiet.
Yeah.
And I've never seen Candlekeep before either, I don't think.
Well, I guess we'll just have to all keep our wits about us there. Hey, Torg friend, you seem like you're pretty good at, like, tracking things or whatnot. Is there anything, you got any thoughts on, like, things in the area or ways you can help keep a better eye out for stuff, just in case? I'd hate to get all, I don't know, turned around or jumped with that brooch.
Oh, I got us covered. No worries. I am a grade A, 100% certified trailblazer. We're gonna be fine. Nothing too wild out here. Maybe some dire bears, maybe a dire wolf, maybe a giant badger here or there. But nothing too out of the ordinary, right, mate? We're gonna be coming up on our left. You're gonna see a gnarled old tree, and I really like this tree. It's been here for a while, and you can tell. There's all kinds of home for all kinds of little critters, and it just breathe in that fresh smell, mate.
Sure
The red
is.
sword shuts the window on the carriage.
Lorian is like still maintaining a distance because dog, but they're like nodding enthusiastically, trying to cheer Torg up a little bit.
Aw.
How did a coastal dwarf such as yourself come to know so much about the forest?
I didn't like the coast so much. I always liked it where it was green. Everyone kind of looked at me funny and was like, even my mom and dad were like, Torg, you're spending too much time in the woods. And I was like, nah, I don't think so. And that's kind of how I ended up staying in the woods all this time. So, eventually leave home and you got to make a living. And I was like, oh, what the heck? Why not do this whole trailblazing thing, see the whole world? And then I met Tara eventually on this journey. And, I mean, how do you end up wandering around with such layabouts as myself and such wonderful presences as Yvette in the Red Sword, mate?
Well, like I said, I've sort of been wandering on my own for a while. How you do when you leave home.
Why'd you leave home? Family dispute, or didn't like your way of living?
Something like that, yeah. Just a disagreement.
Well, I think there's one thing we can all agree on. That Terror is just the best little thing ever. And he starts petting Terror, and it's the classic dog. Gets really excited.
It's a very good dog.
Oh, he's the best, mate.
I'm just like picturing little dog feet poking out of this like side saddle, getting all excited.
Yes.
Kicking.
Yes, making all the trinket sounds too. The excited trinket sounds.
Oh,
That is so cute!
The day continues as you get closer to Candlecrest. Eventually, you see a semicircular town against a large mansion that's built into the cliff face. A sign reads Candlecrest Academy over top the mansion. The streets are happy, warm, and bustling with open-air market vendors outside peddling their goods, which is a staunch contradiction to what the brooch has shown you. You see a lot of people coming into town today. There's almost like a line as the guard slowly admits one by one. You see a male guard, probably in his late 50s, human, buzz cut, brown eyes, broken nose, wearing like a half helm, like leather cap. He's got like a little pike at his side. He doesn't seem threatening at all. He's enjoying like talking and ribbing the people that come in. And eventually you all wait in line and you get up and he's like, "Oh, hello there. Are you here for the big game?"
Oh, there's
Game?
"Oh yes, Candlecrest is taking on Hillmount today in the Spike Ball tournament."
Ah.
Fight ball.
Oh, is there a local favorite? Like, I mean, I guess the Candlekeep or whatever, but I don't know, keep up too much on the season. Who's the favorite? Lorraine gets like really excited.
Oh no.
Oh well, they're about dead even in the books, but Hillmont does have the better record.
Oh, okay. That's great to know. Where can we, catch this event if we were looking to, maybe relax with some fun or something?
Well, it's right outside the Snuck Rustler Tavern, so just head over there and they'll get you all settled.
Oh,
Well, I'm down. I mean, I'm always down to watch a game. It's been a minute since I've seen one.
I do believe we have a task to complete.
oh yeah, but I mean, maybe like afterwards or something if we've got a little time to, kill. We don't want to take this whole trek back, to the town right away. I mean, it could be fun.
As long as we eat before we go, I'm not going to eat any things that end in the word dog.
You eat dogs?
No,
Well,
it's not.
Is
They're
that
not
how you
real
keep
dogs.
terror around?
They're
Mike,
not
no!
dogs. They just call them dogs, hot dogs, corn dogs.
Oh, I could go for a corn
Dogs.
dog right now.
Oh, that does sound good.
It's made with all the parts of the animal no one actually wants to eat.
Well, I don't know. It
Then
tastes pretty good to
why-
me.
Do you eat? Okay.
As you go... Go ahead, Amara.
Thank you so much for the welcome and for the information. I'm afraid we have a little bit of a job to do first, but we'll definitely check that out if we get the chance.
Oh yeah, please do. Go Ankegs. And he kind of like has a little like Ankegs cape on.
Oh, sure. That wasn't the one he said, right? I like lean over and everyone was like, the other ones were doing better, yeah?
Yep.
But you also got to factor in the home team advantage, mate,
Well, that is a really important part. This is like the most thoughtful you've probably seen Lorian all day.
So as you all go deeper into the village, you find taverns and restaurants filled with college-age humanoids of varying races.
Oh,
Laughter
God.
filters out from an outdoor pub.
No, we
as-
are not in a fucking
Yeah,
college
you
town.
As several jock types sit pounding pints on the porches. My literal next line is you quickly realize you are in a fantasy college town.
Incredible. Oh, I never got to go to academy. Oh boy.
Yvette
Yeah.
will briefly, kind of give the jocks a once-over and then decide it's not worth it.
I'm used to the flesh and blood of this age. Over here, most of the people I interacted with were under 28.
I don't know what that means for a, former sword. What's the
Oh, no,
age scale there?
It's part of the curse.
Oh,
Well,
First,
I'm not under 28.
Yeah, I have found that quite enjoyable. It turns out most of my annoyances with your kind might have just been like you.
You know what? There's a reason I never had kids.
Oh my.
sorry.
Yes, Pepper One, you were saying something.
Can you elaborate on the curse?
Oh, yes, I'm one of the Delmont weapons.
Uh-huh.
Yes, the 3 Delmont weapons. We've been around for about 170 years now. While we're a rather new existence, we have made quite a lead way with our plan, which is why I believe I was afflicted with this predicament.
Your plan?
Yes, I don't remember much of it anymore since I have this very limited brain at the moment. So small, like a little worm. But there is a plan. It was brilliant, and it is important that it goes well.
What's the curse though? The curse?
yeah, keep skipping right over that part.
So you know how you all have all these secrets? So many secrets.
No.
No, not too many,
no.
mate. Not
No,
really.
I
I
don't
have a
know what you're
dog.
talking about.
No.
I don't have secrets, it's just not your business.
I do believe if I told you what the curse is, you would be less likely to interact with me. So it's for the better if we drop it.
Oh, but
Yes.
now I'm really curious.
Look, the red sword, I know you're new at this, but if you don't want people to ask more questions, usually you don't say much about it and you just kind of be like, oh, it's nothing really. You don't say something super juicy like, oh, well, you'd hate me if you knew.
Oh, but perhaps I like this angle here. You're desperate for information, and yet you'll give nothing of yourself.
I mean, I don't
Well,
really.
I'm
Not you
cursed.
specifically. I'm not curse currently. This form doesn't do what my old one does.
What did your old one do?
It made people heroes.
Oh, hey, I don't know if that's a curse as much as a blessing, mate.
But
I mean, I feel like the name there is kind of self-explanatory.
The name?
Oh, your name would be.
The red
Perfect.
sword.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you used to do. You were a sword, right?
Yes.
So.
I was not a normal. Yes, well, I have killed people. I won a sword.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I
I'm
did
not
much more than
judging.
that. I've done much more than that.
Well, yeah, there's this
Dang.
weird curse thing.
Just saying, even in this form, you could make a hero out of a few people. You could make a hero out of me.
No.
Oh, do you need an instruction? What are you having issues with? I can't see as much as I can before, but I do believe I could help your form if you're struggling in a fight.
No.
Yeah, my
One
my
will help
form.
your form.
Yeah.
There's Tor yeah, form, mate. Yeah, that's right. Help with the form, mate.
We're all just like nodding while the red sword doesn't get it.
No.
Meanwhile, I've already ran over to like one of the taverns that's got like the window bar and grabbed drinks for everyone as this is going on.
Don't worry, I've already perfected my form.
Then why would you need help?
Anyway, so
I was gonna say
It's
something.
two to
about-
tango. It's fine.
Why would we dance on the battlefield? I feel like I'm having a separate conversation than the rest of you.
Random frat guy bumps into you. She's talking about sex, man. He just keeps going.
Oh, boinking! One of the other great reasons about being flesh and blood, mate.
No. Oh God, no. That's a distraction. Oh, all of you silly little worms, you spend so much time on sex that you never get anything done.
Boy, that sounds about right.
Only if we're lucky.
yeah. And let me tell you, I have not been the last 50 years.
Oh.
Oh. Okay.
Frat guy, 50 years.
Oh, please, come talk to me when you live forever.
It's like, what's the shortest lived race? Probably human still.
I think humans.
To get us humans, yeah.
Alright, so as you continue through, you do find Snuck Rustler's Pub. It's a sports pub in every sense of the word. The floor extends out from the pendant-filled tavern walls into an outdoor glass patio. There's magical projections displaying today's games of spikeball from across the world as the Albion Ankegs take on the Glitter Gold Golems. The floors are sticky with freshly spilled pints that were half-acidly wiped up. Out back, a recreational spikeball pit of their own sits, being used by jocks attempting to impress their mates.
I love how it's spike ball of all things.
Yeah, as you watch, it's literally just a big metal ball with big spikes on it, and they just hit it at each other.
Oh,
like
I thought you meant like the real world sport spike ball.
Nope.
Oh,
Nope, fantasy
Even worse.
spike ball.
Even less entertaining.
Torg totally already has pints and a basket of chicken wings, French fries.
You know, Yvette, there's gonna be a lot of like drunk people here in a few hours. You know, if you wanna wander off on your own for a while, we won't leave until tomorrow morning.
have you seen how young these people are? Like, yes, technically they're adults, but
Fair.
I mean, if this must be someone here. It's a school. I assume it's professors. Perhaps there'll be someone more to your taste there.
Oi! You're figuring this out quick, the red sword.
I have spent so much of my time instructing little children. Well, not. I point at the jock, so it's clear it's not actually children, but like a dismissive form of saying young people. How to actually gain some recognition and be worth a damn. It might be nice to see what you people can do once you've aged a bit.
You're what, 2 days old?
I'm 130 in a sword years.
Inside years. All right, look,
I
all
was like,
right.
I mean, I'm 23, so
does look really young. Her human form's like 20 and it's rather small and like so it's really
a bunch
weird.
of shorties.
Yeah.
I think we're all really
The whole
small.
party.
Oh my god, except Yvette, she's like 6 feet tall.
Oh my god,
Yes.
yes.
Oh my god, it's just Yvette towering over the rest of us because like the red sword's like 5 feet.
Oh my
same.
god.
Lori
Well, I'm a
is my
dwarf.
height.
5'4".
She's
Well,
one
I'm
of
a
those tall
dwarf, so-
bitches that just like wears heels just to add an extra 6 inches to be that
my
much
God.
taller than you.
Yes.
So
I stan.
It's worth
stand
noting
a
at this
queen.
point that there has been several groups of drunk college folks coming up. Can I pet your dog?
And Torg's like, yeah, mate. See, and then he leans over. This is what I find gives me recognition. Dogs, mate. People love dogs.
I'll keep that in mind as a strategy.
The red sword comes back with like 5 dogs.
So,
So you want to be a hero? First, let's get you about 10 dogs.
are we gonna take this brooch to the school or?
Oh, just a minute.
Plan.
They're finishing up with Torg. You know, pet him on the belly. All right. That's right, boy.
I feel like while this is kind of going on, Lorian is looking for some kind of bookie or something for the games.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can find one inside of Snuck Rustlers.
Snuck rustlers. Yeah, they'll just sort of go in and try to place like some bets. I guess they're gonna go with Torg's gut instinct of the home team advantage.
Yeah, you look over inside of Snuck Rustlers and you see a halfling woman tending bar. Seems to be the owner, or at least the manager on duty, and you get the sense that she might have some skin in the game, as it were.
Oh. Hey there, nice to meet you. I was just wondering if maybe you could put me in the direction of, if I wanted to make the matches today a little bit more interesting, who I could go speaking to about that. I've just like wandered off, not even like telling any of the rest of the party what I'm doing. It's just like, oh, there I go.
Well, you came to the right place. Helena Hoofmitz.
Oh, Lorian Noriel, it's so nice to meet you. And I like give her a handshake.
Yeah, she's like, just give me 1 second, I'll be right back.
Oh yeah, no rush.
She goes behind the bar and gets out this little white notebook. She's like, all right, what can I do you for?
Okay, I mean, I hear the Onkegs are doing pretty good today. I guess I'd like to, see what I can do about cheering them on as best I can,
She winks. She's like, I think I'm understanding what you're saying.
Shit, I don't have a space for my gold. I know I rolled for it, though. Let me open up my sheet and see what it was. Alright, how much am I gonna put down?
How much do you have?
I rolled for 30,
Nice.
which was good. I was like, oh, Lorian did well before this adventure.
Yeah, I did well one time.
Just the once, and now I'm gonna blow it all. Shit, where's my other detail? Like, I'm just gonna roll and see how much I put down.
Okay.
I'm gonna put down 14 gold there.
That's a heck of a bet. Come on back tomorrow morning.
Oh, sounds great. Thank you so much. I'll take like whatever receipt I need.
Yep, she gives
And
you a
I'm
little receipt.
Note in my notes.
And don't forget to come back. Many people do.
Oh, don't worry, I definitely won't.
She sinks back behind the human-sized bar that she's tending.
I just wander back out looking immensely pleased with myself.
And that's right when all the sorority girls are done petting Torg. Or Tara, rather.
Well, I
Yay.
mean,
All right, I think it's time to head out now.
Yes, let's get this done with. I want to find Esmeralda's location as soon as possible.
Okay, so you wind up to, you can all kind of assume that the headmaster is in the school, obviously. So you kind of wind up the cliff towards the school and you enter. There is security, but we're going to bypass it just because. So you get in and you have the brooch and you kind of have this wide open, like, it's a beautiful school, but it was clearly not originally intended to be a school. It was originally intended to be either like a home or a library. Now, all types of magic users and also the martial classes can study here. So there's fighters practicing in the corridor, and it's just a bustling atmosphere. There's a lot of, drinking going on because it's a game day. And you know, there's a few like RAs basically running after people who are drinking in the hallways. So this is what you got. You can find your way to the headmaster's office, or you can just continue through the halls.
Why don't we just pull? Oh, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I'd like to look for the headmaster's office, but
No, I was going to say let's just pull one of the little students to have them lead us right there, so we're not wandering around for an hour.
that works too.
Yeah, because our understanding was we just need to bring the brooch back to the headmaster for to close whatever is going on.
Yep.
Cool.
That will like flag down the nearest lonely looking student.
Oh,
Oh. Okay. You walk over and you see a
Atlas. Atlas.
No. Atlas is dead. You see a gnome fellow. He's buried in his book. He has he's young, but he has like spiked white hair up, and he has these big glasses on that kind of zoom in on his eyes a little bit. His eyes look huge. He's kind of sitting on a bench.
Oh, excuse me.
Hi, yeah.
I'm dreadfully sorry, but I'm terribly lost.
Oh, I could probably help.
I think we're trying to get to the headmaster's office.
Oh, sure. Go ahead and make a charisma roll for me.
Okay. Can I use my elven beauty background?
Sure.
Oh.
This is not great. Okay. 12.
He looks up. He's like, well, the name's Wilt Wazeldorf. I can help you out. And he kind of jumps down on his squat little legs. And he's like, right this way, miss. And he just, it completely went over his head, but he's still being helpful.
He called me miss. I'm flattered.
So he hops down. He's like, so what brings you by? You here for the big game?
Yes.
Well, that sounded really convincing. And he just keeps walking. He walks up like a spiral staircase, opens up a few doors, says hi
Oh
to
no,
a few.
stairs!
Oh,
yeah.
my god, does the red sword not understand stairs?
Well, there's also a lift, so.
it's like 2 days old, so walking isn't their forte.
Also a lift, if you'd rather.
Yes, I'll take the lift.
I'll like show it to them if one hasn't seen the lift before and be like, you can pull this here thing and it'll go up for you.
So
Alright.
you all meet at the top, and you wait a few seconds for the red sword, and they just like just crash up there. And Wilt Wazeldorf is just kind of excited. He's talking to people in the hallway. They kind of seem to just be like, "Hey, what's up, Wilt?" and just keep going. And eventually, you do find like the teacher's wing, the professor's wing, and you see a lot of different like offices and classrooms. But at the very end is the headmaster's office. Her name is Paula something. Where is it? Paula Everhart is her name, and it's proudly displayed on the door in nice fine calligraphy that you can assume maybe she did.
Paula?
Paula, yep.
Paula.
Knock.
Yes, come in.
Oh, terror!
Oh,
Oh, sorry about that, mate.
Will turns around. He's like, "Okay, you're in good hands. I'm gonna take off," and he kind of skips back down. So yes, Paula says, "Come on in. It's open."
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, you push open and you see a headmaster's like office. Basically, it's not a classroom. There are several like mythological beasts and fantasy beasts like head mounted on the walls and things like that. There are several cages, stuff like that, just all lining until you see a elven woman. She has short cropped red hair and she has green eyes and she has like glasses with a slight frame, and she's looking down at a notebook, clearly writing something. She doesn't really look up when you all come in. She just assumes it's one of her students or something like that. And she's like, "Oh yes, and what can I? Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Hello.
How can I help you? I'm Paula."
We've brought it. And I just drop it at her.
Hi. We were sent, I'm blanking on the name. Who were we sent by?
Madam Curio.
Madam Curio.
We were sent by Madam Curio to return this to you.
Oh, wow. Haven't seen this in quite some time. She walks over and she picks it up where the red sword dropped it. It's like, I don't necessarily want it back.
Too bad, the job is done.
Sorry about the red sword's manners. Unfortunately, due to a recent chaos storm in the area, Madame Curio is no longer able to hold this piece as part of her inventory. And she thought it best it be returned to its previous owner.
Well, is it going to stop the curse on it, or is it still a cursed item?
Madame Curio said she believed that returning it to you should quiet the curse.
As you do this, the brooch flashes metallic in the light, and you all have visions of the spike ball game later in the day, and you have a vision of someone getting very hurt. Something goes wrong, and the spike ball kind of impacts them in the ribs and injures them.
Team, what team, Chris?
It's blurry. You can't really tell.
Ah!
Does look like a starter, though. She's
Oh,
very
shit.
strong and burly.
Well, we can't let this happen.
And then she's like, So you all come back, and she's like, I do not believe the curse has been broken. Could you shut the door?
Okay. Click.
I don't really believe in fate or the teachings of the Church of Zavor or anything like that, but I do feel as though you came at a very correct time. I think maybe all of this is tied to what's been going on here. You see that my students have been having problems. Their magic has been ceasing to work, and it's almost as if it's been taken from them. I believe that they have several names for what I believe our issue is. They call it a slinger, a harnesser, a hexer, but most elect to call them warlocks. They steal magic from others who are incapable of protecting themselves, and they're more capable at performing the magic than the warlock is. Some of my first-year students and underachievers would be perfect targets for them, as they are not powerful enough to resist it yet. Could you look into this? I can't help but feel as if this is tied. I'd be happy to pay.
Oh,
Well, I'd be happy to help.
yeah. Perking up at the mention of gold again.
That kind of noticeably shrinks back at the mention of warlocks being bad and yoinking other people's powers and that stuff. So she's just
I'm very uninterested in gold, so I probably would have caught that right away.
Well, do you have any, I suppose, tips or thoughts on, what would be a good starting place? This isn't really, my forte, at least.
Well, I suppose you could talk to my other professors, but of course it's not something I haven't chatted with them already. Most of them seem either unwilling or not knowing of anything.
Unwilling.
That's just the vibe I kind of get from some of them. They seem scared to talk about it, as if they would be the next target.
Which teacher seems scared? I think we should talk to them first.
Well, you could talk to Annalise or Ruben. They're very protective of themselves.
And where would we find them?
Oh, they're right down the hall.
And you said there were already some people who've been affected?
Yes, would you like to talk to them? I find that might be helpful as well.
Oh, I think that could be a good idea. Yeah, I just look at the others yeah, okay. Lorian seems very focused on making sure everybody's agreeable together.
Oh no, poor thing.
Yes, we've had 4 students affected thus far. I can try to wrestle them after the game, but I'm afraid most students on campus aren't really helpful right now. She points out at the game, the tailgate going on around the stadium.
Yes, seems that way.
Hopefully my staff is a little more professional, and you can find them in their offices.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Oh, and I'm sure we can just come to some sort of payment arrangement, once we help you out, yeah?
That sounds perfect.
Okay, great. Open the door again, I guess, unless anyone has something to say.
Okay.
Well, what do y'all think? Where should we start with a professor or find a student?
If Yvette wanted to find someone older, it's still attractive. We could do two at one by hitting the professors.
We're not talking about this. We're moving on.
Let's start with Annalise and Ruben, I think.
Oh, I agree.
Sure, they're close by anyway, at least in theory.
Yep, you see their nameplates carved into the wall next to Paula's. Which one would you like to start with, Ruben or Annalise?
Which one's closer?
Ruben.
Ruben.
Okay, you walk in and it's unlocked and you see it's a classroom. It's like you're at the top basically of like a lecture hall. It kind of curves down to where he's sitting at a desk working after hours on the weekend. And you look down and you see a incredibly tall fellow. You can tell even that as he's sitting, he seems to be half giant or something, and he's blue skin, long white hair and ponytails and braids down his back. He's just he doesn't really look up when you enter. He's like, sorry, office hours are not now.
Sorry, we're not students.
He shuts his book, takes his glasses off, and he's like, look like adventurers if I've ever seen them. Come.
I will stroll on down.
Okay.
I tried so hard not to look like an adventurer.
You don't worry. It's the rest of us bringing you down.
One of
I
my
look down at my
pauldrons.
leather armor and cloak, like, what?
In my ranger getup.
One of my pauldrons slams on the door on the way in. I'm like, oh, sorry, my spear gets stuck on the top of the threshold.
God.
I mean, like, I'm literally wearing hand-me-downs 2 size too big that someone was able to scrounge up, and they're like, oh, dang, this sword is a person now.
Yeah, look, grade A USDA beef certified adventures at your service.
He slaps Torg on the back. A coastal dwarf. The best of them.
Yikes, but okay.
Nice to meet you, Professor. We're here on behalf of the headmaster. She sent us because of your little warlock problem.
Oh, well, hush. Shut the door. He snaps his fingers, the door slams.
Oh, yeah, we mean, something else.
Oh, God, goodness. All right. Well, yes, we have a warlock problem. How can I help you with that? I know nothing about it.
Well, could you tell us perhaps which students have been targeted, if there's been any sort of pattern, if you might have seen anything strange?
I have noticed something. Unfortunately, their names are protected, as we can't release that information to you all, at least without something signed from them, of course. But I will say that there has been some interesting occurrences down at one of our fraternity houses in the village.
So it always starts, isn't it? Which house might that be?
Kappa Epsilon Gamma. So, also known as Keg. Yes, they call it Keg.
I love it. Let's
I
go.
both miss and do not miss going to a Greek-heavy college right now.
I just know that 3 of the 4 who've been afflicted have been not members per se, just friends with members. I'm not saying anything by it, but I'm not saying anything by it.
Do you know what students are in charge of that particular frat?
Oh, of course. That's BNGI. Good luck with him. The students call him Benji. He's an interesting bloke.
I imagine he's partying at the moment. Do you know where we might be able to find him?
Yes, I do. He points you down to their house, and you can kind of see out the window that it's a happening place. There's people on the porch packed like sardines into the party.
Good.
Some of them are like wearing adventurous stuff, so you're not like sticking out like a sore thumb. Like there's adventurers who are just like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the town and party for the day. It's game day.
All right. I look at the rest of the party. Should that be our next stop?
Yes, but hold on. So, what? We're looking for a warlock. Do you know any of the weaknesses of a warlock specifically? What should we look out for the one afflicting people?
Well, it depends how powerful they are. If they can manifest themselves as shadows, then it's too late, frankly.
It's too, I see.
So if you see any shadows, I would run in the other direction and get out of town. Somebody else will deal with it, right?
No.
Oh. Maybe I should
kind of
rethink my
vibe?
life motto.
Yes, you really should. I see. It is not out of ignorance that you know so little, but of fear. You should correct that about yourself.
He's actually taking this as valid criticism. He's like, yeah, that's not so bad. That's a good idea.
I
I'd
know.
like to vibe check this man.
Vibe check.
All right, roll a wisdom check.
Oh my god, I'm renaming all like insight things in my system to vibe checks now.
Can I use my Secrets and Lies backstory for this one?
Sure.
Excellent. 15.
So it is at this time, I almost called you Bryn, Amara, you see behind Reuben, Professor Reuben, you see this woman materialize. The rest of you do not see this. You see this woman with flowers around the top of her head. She has pale skin and she wears like a masquerade mask, and this is Affinity. And she goes, now this one wouldn't be so bad. He's handsome, he has a good job.
Who
She's
sees this?
just Amara.
A little old for me, but thank you. Thank you.
He's tall, he's handsome, well groomed.
Still just not really. Thanks very much for the input. I'm cool.
I think you should think about it again. And she vanishes. So vibe check. He's really unintelligent. He's probably not ear to the ground, know what's going on with his students, so he's just kind of talking out of his ass.
Okay. Okay, but he doesn't seem suspicious or anything.
No, just dense.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your help, Professor. We will get out of your hair.
Oh well,
exactly
come on
did
by
they
anytime.
How exactly did they let you become a professor?
All right, well, it was nice to
Let's
meet you.
go.
Time to go.
No,
Hey, look,
pleasure.
Terry's got to go take a walk right now. Got to go use the old bush and
I
hide
just
it.
was curious about the credentials of the school.
All right, well, nice to meet you there, Professor Rubin. You have a nice day now.
How did they let me become a professor? And he kind of walks off into his back office thinking about it.
Was Amara's like responses to Affinity out loud, or was that like a telepathic conversation?
I don't know, Amara, what was your intent?
I figured they wouldn't be able to hear it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. You probably saw the body motions, though.
Right.
Just a brief flash of panic, like,
Yeah.
Right.
Probably saw that.
Okay, I was just curious because I didn't want to say something if it like wouldn't make sense.
turn and march briskly out of the lecture hall.
So, should we go and talk to that, that Annalise person next? See if maybe she's got some better...
Might as well. Over here.
Standard of professors. I'm not sure we'll get much more.
All right, maybe this Annalise isn't like the kind of Professor Rubin is. I've known a lot of Rubins in my lifetime. And you're just better off not asking how they got where they were, because the system will disturb you, mate. All right.
No, I know how most people like him have gotten where they are, and it's from me. I I have taken many little creatures of that and made them something very great. I understand how to do that. I'm just saying, if this school is passing him for no reason, we should just keep.
All right,
Our
I'm gonna talk to the
expectations
Annalise
low.
Yeah,
person.
let's go talk with it.
Come in.
Oh, g'day, Annalise. So I'm here to ask you a few questions about a warlock curse thing going on around here parts. And I'm hoping to be out of your hair like a hop, jip, skimp,
shut the
like
door.
a kangaroo
Please
in any
shut the
second
door.
now.
Please stop talking.
Oh, sure.
Please stop
My
talking.
apologies, mate. Just closes the door. Now, I'm trying to be out of your hair like a hop, skip, kangaroo. And I'm just trying to... Okay, so what do you know, mate?
Torg, make a wisdom check.
Oh, my lord. I don't know if I can use... I don't have any back... Unless Dog Whisperer gets me something.
No.
17.
17. You see under her desk, she has her hand, and it's making like motions like a spellcaster under her desk. And then, then you hear from the other room, you hear, Annalise, could you come help me with something?
Alright, look, don't be playing no bullshit on me right now. I saw you cast your wasty spell underneath there. You think you're so sneaky and clever. Now, you gonna talk, mate? Or else I'm gonna have you talk to my friend here, Red Sword, and, one ain't so nice as I am.
Oh, have we decided that about my personality already?
Alright, we're trying good cop, bad cop. Just work with me here. I'm
Torg,
trying to show one the ropes right now.
I
Please
don't
work
know
with
if one
me.
gets
Charisma
idioms
check.
yet.
What's up?
Make a charisma check, like an intimidation.
Sure.
I know it's only charisma, but just that's what you're going for, kind of.
7.
Should I do it too, or just him?
You can do it too if you want.
You might want to help me out here.
Let's see. 21?
That's better.
Ooh. So I like to imagine as I'm saying this, I'm just like, yeah, speak up, and like nothing happens till Red Sword just kind of looms behind me.
In my 5-foot frame!
Hey, I'm a dwarf, so you're still taller than me.
Oh, yeah!
Annalise, she's like, okay, please don't tell anyone, but I did hear, I don't know if it's true, I did hear that something was going to go down at the games today. I heard a few students talking about it, I rounded the corners to apprehend them, and they were gone. And I've been too afraid to tell anyone because then I'll get fired that I didn't, apprehend them.
Well,
Well, what exactly did you hear, if you don't mind us asking?
Sure, I heard a masculine-voiced student and a feminine-voiced student kind of talking about how we both need to be in position for the game today and something big is going to happen, and that he'll be very proud of us. That's all I heard.
So, you know this, and you know that a solution could be to cancel the game, but you chose not to speak as it would hurt your reputation?
Well, yes, I need to put gold on the table.
Oh yeah, I mean, these games are really important cultural, touchstones of the town, the Red Sword.
I see. So you value entertainment more than lives.
Sorry, do you eat gold?
Well, no,
I mean, you eat with gold.
It's a poor
That's
figure.
not the idiom, I'm afraid. That's a Malaphor right there. But anyway,
I thought
continue.
we didn't understand idioms yet.
No, I
Alright.
don't quite understand, but I'm getting it. You see, I thought that you at least valued your own self a bit more than I valued your people, but it seems no, you couldn't care less about others unless it benefits you.
oh, that's kind of shitty, mate.
I'm going to have to ask you to all please leave my office now.
I saw that coming.
Thanks for your time. We're gonna look into this matter. It'll all be solved. Hush, hush, nothing louder than a dingo's bark. I guarantee it.
Do you all feel like just like this, this like invisible like force just kind of like ushering you out of the
I'm
office?
like, wait, who'd you bet for?
Wait, did they say the home team was gonna win
Yeah,
still?
wait, who's your favorite?
She's like, the golems are gonna take it. Sorry, and she shuts the door.
Oh, crikey. Crikey. I bet
Brain like
Tara,
kicks the wall.
Hey,
Tara and
then
I had a bet going.
we should definitely let the head person know that there's something about to happen in the game and see if we can't get it cancelled. I mean, I feel like that's the easiest solution for everyone. And then
You're
we
not
can do
gonna
less
cancel the
work.
game.
No.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't cancel this
This
shite
is
for
a college.
the Black
They're
Plague,
not
mate.
canceling the game.
Outside of the open window in the hallway, you hear kickoff in 2 minutes.
Oh, crikey!
Oh, we didn't eat
Hurry.
before.
Do we have to actually go to the game? We could just watch from up here and then intervene.
Oh, but if there's something going on at the game, wouldn't we need to be there to intervene and, try to help out?
I mean, I
I'm
have a
with
ranged
Lori.
attack, but it's not this ranged.
Fine.
Oh, come
well,
on.
if someone's gonna get hurt, I guess it'll be, good if I'm nearby.
All right, Lorian, under one condition. They let dogs into the stadium. I can't leave Tara out here with no puppy pantry peepos.
I mean, are you sure?
Drop by the frat house first, or...
Oh, we could. Actually, yeah, if we need to, Tara could hold up at the frat house. Tara does have a tendency to become a mascot for a lot of local places.
They're gonna steal the mascot.
Classic story.
Everyone at the frat house will likely head to the game, so we'll probably be able to check it out far easier if we go now.
Well, we need to speak to Bingo or whatever his name
Bingo.
was.
Bingo.
That's his name now. Sorry.
Bingo.
No, so we can speak to Bingo, but also I kind of just want to check out his space and see if there's any information from that. Sometimes you find more about people from their stuff than what they say.
I mean, if we're worried about something happening at the game, though, kickoff's about to start. Could send some of us over to the house, some to the game.
I have zero interest in the game. I will go to the house.
I'm not sure I want to split up.
If
Feels
we
like a
split
bad
up,
idea.
If we split up, I'm going with Lori, and I want to see how the game goes down. Tara and I got a bet going.
Well, I'm not a huge fan of gambling or stadium seats or stadium food.
So you'll come with me then.
Yeah.
You're
But
one of the
saucy
easiest here to
nugs,
talk
mate.
with.
Saucy.
Saucy nugs, mate. They got them at the stadium.
Saucy what?
Saucy nugs. Chunks of chicken,
I
deep
changed my
fried.
mind. I'm going with them.
All right. So who's going where?
I'm going to the frat house.
Okay.
Frat house.
Oh dear.
Okay, then I think it's Torg and Lorraine going to
And Tara.
All right, we're gonna take a
Aw,
break.
yeah.
We're gonna take a break right here. Quick bio break for everybody. But thank you for enduring this wildly different game than I usually run. So we will see you in like 10 minutes. Thanks, everybody. And we're back. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the party. I hope you enjoy the fantasy frat party music, as our group has decided to split up. Two of them, Torg and Lorian, are going to the Spike Ball tournament, and Yvette, Amara, and the Red Sword are all headed to Kappa Epsilon Gamma, or KEG, as it is better known.
Oh my god.
So, let's start with the frat house individuals. So, as you wind the streets, getting bumped into by drunk dudes, probably spilling their beer down the alley, you find a wrecked old house. It has a porch hanging off the roof, kind of like Sam's background, and there are just people strewn about. Apparently, they don't care about Spike Ball too much. They just used it as an opportunity to drink a lot. Who would have guessed? So, you find that going on. It is quite lively. There are some bagpipes being tossed about and played by different individuals. Out on the porch, you see a lot of people.
Before we go further, I'm just going to quickly ask Yvette why her reaction was so odd when warlocks were mentioned.
I'm not a warlock, if that's what you're asking.
No, I don't think you were. You had an odd reaction. Do you have any information going further that would be helpful? Or is this more related to your personal drama with your ex-husband, I forgot his name already.
Just call him Marty.
Marty, yes, Marty.
He hates it. It's okay.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
just-
actually useful information. I will remember that.
So using power that's not your own is generally frowned upon.
Oh, is it?
Unfortunately, over the last 150-ish years, I became accustomed to a certain lifestyle.
Uh-huh.
So, as part of the settlement, I get to use some of his powers.
Oh, I would not judge you for such a thing. I gave people parts of my powers many a times. There was, of course, a price for it, but it seems that you've already paid yours, so... Well, I apologize that your relationship with Marty did not work out. But you seem to have gotten the better hand at the deal, at least. You came out with something usable. No, did you lose much then?
Only 150 years of my life.
Well, that's... Oh, is that a lot to people? I don't know. So you have to understand, a sword, I'll probably live a while. I'm about 130 now, but I've never really thought about, like, lifespans as you might. How long do you live?
It really depends on the type of person
Flesh and
you are.
blood?
Yeah, it depends on your flesh and blood and your parents' flesh and blood and so on and so
Oh,
forth.
okay. Yes.
So like, we don't have any humans in the party. She'll kind of look around and point out the nearest human and be like, they're only gonna live for maybe another 60 more years.
He
So-
face plants off the roof.
I
Be
was
fewer.
I am betting
Mr. Whiskers!
I've probably got about another 500-ish years.
And then you shouldn't be so sad. You only lost a small amount and you gained much, it sounds.
Oh, it's flat 10%.
Flat 10%. You really should have gotten a better negotiator. Well, anyways, it sounds like that won't impede whatever's going on here. Thank you for the information.
You try finding a lawyer that's going to take your case against an arch existence.
Who did you use?
I actually do have a lawyer in Maywood, but no big deal.
My little hut's at your service. All right, Your Honor, as you can see here.
Is it like a shitty lawyer?
Yeah, he's a shitty scam artist, purple tiefling.
So he's Lionel Hutz.
Yeah, maybe that's all she could afford at the time.
Amazing. So you all roll up to Keg. You see people partying on the porch. Among all of them, you see this behemoth of a masculine individual. He has steel sides, and he is clearly a warforged. He has a polished brass mohawk spiked on the top of his head, and he currently has an entire keg, and he's just holding it above him, drinking straight from the keg.
That's an unfair advantage.
Yes, it is.
Can Warforged get drunk?
Oh,
That's how he became president.
Seems like cheating.
Wait, do they have like an iguana that they chug beer out of?
Sure, now they do.
why would you do this?
Oh god. Do we want to question that first, or do we want to see if we can find...
I'll walk up to the
She's already going.
Warforged.
You watch as Omara kind of ascends the porch, and everyone's like, Benji, Benji, Benji.
Weaving around the crowd of drunk people, judicious use of elbows.
He slams the keg down. It's just completely empty. Kind of rolls off the porch.
Oh. Are you Benji?
Yes, who requires assistance?
Hi. Could we have a word, please?
You may have several. Please come inside.
Thank you.
There's a bunch of drunk people like sleeping on the old tattered couch they have, and he just picks them up and moves them to the bedroom safely. Puts them down. Please, have seat. And he just like sits down on the floor.
I will sit. Hi, Benji. We were hired to investigate the potential, theft of power from certain individuals on campus. And we were told that many of them might have ties to the frat, and we were wondering if you could tell us anything about that.
I am the president of this frat, and I know nothing. Thank you.
Oh, do you know nothing, you big scrap of metal?
I know nothing.
Nothing at all.
Didn't you
Well-
be a big scrap of metal?
No. I was very well made.
Oh, obviously.
Yes.
Can you at least tell us who might know something, or maybe give us some names of people who experienced the power loss?
Carrington can't cast spells anymore. He points over, and there's this guy in like a varsity jacket. He has slick back black hair, dark eyes, deep set face, and he's kind of sitting on the counter, chugging something out of a brown paper bag.
Are you
Go ahead.
Are you unafraid of your reputation being tarnished by visitors coming here and losing their abilities? You might be a fun party house at the moment, but if this continues as it is, no one will want to come to your parties.
I am the president. I will be the president until the day the frat is closed. Thank you. And he gets up and he goes back out, and they're like, Benji, Benji, as he walks back out.
I'll walk over to Carrington then.
Human
Hello.
man. He sneers at you even without knowing you. He's like, how did Benji let you in here? You're definitely not a keg.
No, I was hired by your university to figure out the source of the power theft that's been happening. I was wondering if you might be able to help with that.
And who do you know here again?
Benji, we just met.
Yeah, he didn't seem too keen on you.
And I'm not too very keen on you, but are we going to talk in circles or are you going to give information?
While this is going on, would it be okay if I did a charisma roll using my socialite background to, try to chum up other people at the party and
Sure.
say like, oh yeah, we know these people.
Go for it.
Natural 20.
Ooh.
That's pretty freaking good.
So that's a 29.
Yeah.
So
So the red sword and Amara, you look over and you see Yvette just like seamlessly blending with the party crowd now, like, you know.
We know her.
We're with them.
He looks over and he's like, all right, I guess they seem pretty popular. What do you need to know before I can get you out of here?
Well, we're looking for the warlock who might be responsible for stealing your powers. And we are wondering, around the time that you did lose your powers, if you noticed anything odd, any strange people, or people you know exhibiting peculiar behaviors, anything like that.
I lost him at spike ball practice, out on the pitch. 6 days ago, 7 days ago.
Has anyone else on the spike ball team lost their powers?
I don't know, Katie, have you lost your powers? And he looks over to this girl who's, they're clearly romantic to some capacity, and she comes over and like starts, you know, getting close to him, and he's like, no, I believe I'm okay. Everyone else seems to be fine.
Who else has lost their powers?
Have you met Wilt? You know, the gnome guy. He's he lost his powers. Kind of a nerd. Don't really talk to him. He likes books and stuff. I don't know. I think that's Brock Bismarck, if you know him. What school do you go to?
Not this one.
That's apparent. And I think that's the only ones I know.
Do you have any classes with them, or share any extracurriculars, or?
I think Brock's like the water boy for the spikeball team. Wilt's just kind of a nerd, like I said.
And how did you meet Wilt if he's such a nerd?
Oh, we're in Professor Renato's class, the paleontology class.
Professor Renato, and now who is that?
Oh, he's out on expedition. He does all like the field trips and things like that, so he's not around right now.
Or was the other one who had lost it part of his class as well?
Oh, Wilt?
No, you already said Wilt. There's
Brock.
Brock.
Yeah, he's in my class. I don't really talk to him.
No, was he in
Paleontology
Professor
class?
Ronaldo's? Yes.
Oh yeah.
I see.
Well,
Did you get along with that professor? Did you have a good relationship, you'd say?
Yeah, Professor Renato's great. He's one of my favorites.
Thank you very much for your time.
Of course. I guess enjoy your stay. He looks over at Yvette, like hanging out with all the college kids.
We will do our best.
I want to assume she's just got a gaggle of people around her, and she's just towering over all of them because she's like 6.5 feet tall in her heels.
Definitely. All right, so football gang, or spike ball gang. I mean, totally not football. Okay, so what would you like to do? Are you just gonna observe, or are you gonna do anything?
I like to imagine like we're rolling up to the stadium. I stop one of the grills, get a hot dog on the way over, get a hot dog for Torg. And you know, like we're strolling up all cool. And we're gonna go, oh yeah, so do you want to just watch till something goes down, Dorian? Or you want to like get in the action right away?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't really know, I guess, what you mean by getting the action. It's I feel like we're not gonna be able to do too much until something really happens, but maybe it'd be good if we, I don't know, try to get as close to the field as we can, maybe snoop around.
I'm glad you said get as close to the field as we can, because I got an idea. Now, we're going to pose as some of them on the Ankeg team, or whichever team you bet on, or whatever, the one you're interested in.
Oh my god.
And also because Torg is betting against him, and if we could change the vote. Anyway, so we're going to pretend to be players in this game, so we can be as close to the action as we need to be, preferably on the bench.
I don't know too much about this game here, but trying to get as close as we can, I think would be good.
All right, let me just tell you. Okay, my buddies and I used to really be in the spike ball. All right, so wait, you bet on the game and you don't even know how this thing works?
I mean, I play this game all the time. No, I don't.
Alright.
I just, seemed fun.
I mean, that it is
Lorian's
quite
like kind of
funny.
uncomfortable now. Like,
It's all good, Lorian. All right. So, okay, we could just pretend like we know what we're doing. Sit on the bench and just wait for something to happen.
okay, I mean, I'm kind of, and just like gestures at their half plate, like, not really dressed for playing, but we could at least try to be some first aid, responders or something. That's actually
Alright,
not
hold
too
on.
far from the
Spike ball
truth
jerseys. Get your spike ball
Yeah, I was gonna
jerseys.
turn around and go to the nearest thing. I'd like to buy 2 jerseys and ooh, is there a foam finger up there?
there.
Yep, 1 silver, friend.
All right, 1 silver. Oh, can I get a puppy jersey too?
Of course, yes. I'll just throw that in. You're so cute.
all right, quick, put this on over your armor. It'll look like the pads they wear anyway.
I'm like trying to fit it in. I imagine it's like tight across the armor, but too like long for their very short height, so it just looks weird.
Tuck it into the pantalones.
Okay, I don't think this will work, but it'll be pretty great if it does.
All right, let's give it a shot, mate.
All right, so the 2 of you, are you gonna like try to sneak onto the bench? Like you're gonna try to sneak into the team locker room, basically?
Yup.
Pretty
Yup,
much,
that's
I
my
think,
plan.
yeah.
Unless you're gonna tell me no,
No,
Lorian.
I'm not gonna tell you. Oh, if they're gonna.
Oh
tell
no,
you,
I'm not telling you no.
Hey, you said you wanted to be close to the action as humanly possible.
No,
Or
it is
elvenly
true.
in your case.
Haha.
So the 2 of
Neither
you.
of us are humans.
The 2 of you kind of walk around like underneath like the rafters a little bit, and you do find like a back entrance into like the locker room. And you see the security guard
Oh.
kind of wander off. He's like, "Kind of want a corn dog," and he just starts walking.
Oh, I think that's a good chance there, yeah?
Thank Krug for corn dogs. I think you're right. Let's go.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
Yeah.
So the 2 of you kind of sneak in, and you hear like 2 people talking in the locker room, and they're like, I don't know, I'm feeling kind of sick today. I don't think I can play. The other person's like, I don't really know. I'm not really feeling it today. I think we should sit this one out.
Are the voices masculine and feminine? Like, I'm trying to figure out if there's some sort of connection to any of the descriptions we got from, like, the people that we were heard talking. That was redundant.
They're both like feminine, but it's like a co-ed sport, so it
Right.
yeah, there's no real connection. Just
Yeah, because
2.
we knew we had heard a masculine, or someone heard a masculine and a feminine
Right.
voice, so I was trying to see if that matched.
Yep, they just feel a little sick from partying today. Doesn't look like they'll be playing in the big game.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna take their spots on the bench.
Oh, this is escalating.
All right. Yeah, it's gonna escalate a little bit. Now, if we do get put out there, so here's how you're gonna play the game. If you're the quarterback now,
I imagine we're just getting like Lorian's just getting a really quick crunch like Spark Notes lesson in how to play spike ball.
Yup.
Torigas we're like heading out.
It's like a mixture of football and volleyball with really destructive ball that can hurt you.
Okay, Lorian's actually kind of getting into this though, because that sounds like fun to them. I might actually be okay at this.
yeah, and also if you could just like run into people really well, we're golden, mate.
Oh, okay. But remember, we really gotta be keeping our eyes out for anything fishy more than anything else. So,
Right.
what's the score
6-4.
on Cags?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I was
you,
like,
Alright.
okay, this bodes well.
the 2 of you kind of walk out, and it's one of those big like football sidelines. So you just kind of like seamlessly kind of like nudge your way in over
Yes.
like your plate armor and stuff, and it's just like this big like loose jersey over Lorian.
I also want to note Terror's also with us.
You watch the coach of the Albion Onkegs. He's this middle-aged halfling man. He's gained some weight in his older years. He's got these 2 suspenders strapped over him. He's got a little like magical fantasy headset on, And he's like, God dang it, no one can get me anything done today. You, get in there. And he just pulls someone off the sideline and shoves them into the game. And it's like dangerously close to the two of you.
Oh, crikey!
Just like panic looked over at Torg, like, oh, this is fine.
Alright, switch spots with me so I'm closer. At least I know how to play the game.
I mean, sure. Clunk, clunk, clunk. We like shuffle around.
Hey, Tara, get in there, bud.
He's just like sitting patiently by you. Coach comes down. He's like, God damn it! He just grabs Torg and just shoves him into the game.
Oh, crikey!
Torg, go ahead and make a strength check for me as
You
the
got
ball
this.
is rocketing at your face.
A 12.
You see this big metal like cannonball with these metal spikes just beam Torg in the head.
Oh.
And everyone's like, boo!
Oh, mate. My face.
He comes over, he's like, you're not even one of my players, and he gets you up and pushes you back to the sideline.
Oh, mate, I am one of your players. What do you mean I'm not one of your players?
Alright, you two sit on the sideline. There's something fishy going on with you.
Oh, wait a minute. Lorien, I found out what's so fishy that's going on.
What?
So
Coach
if
just said something fishy's going on.
it's you. Go ahead and both of you make wisdom checks.
Oh no, we're the warlocks.
Maybe we're the warlocks. Oh, that's a 21. Nat 19, if that makes a difference.
18.
Okay. So the two of you, we're gonna cut back to the frat party real quick, and then I'll tell you what happens. So you're at the frat party. You see Carrington, the slicked back black hair gentleman you had talked to, kind of anxiously, or not anxiously, like cockily sitting on the counter. He jumps down, and you hear like a ruckus outside, and he runs outside. You see on the front lawn somebody who has like a big welt on their head, and Carrington's kind of running over as the frat physician and is trying to treat him real quick.
I'm thinking we should maybe go speak to the headmaster about getting a roster for that professor's class. See if any of the other names.
Yes, I don't think that's a bad idea. I'm not sure these types can be of any more help. If we wanted to, now is a chance to slip upstairs to see if they're hiding something, but I don't think they are.
I didn't get that impression.
Look,
I
we're
think
we're at a frat party. I would highly suggest we don't go upstairs.
Oh, no, is that not where people keep their valuables?
Yes, but also that's where they keep their beds.
Yes, we're back to that thing again. Okay, let's head over to the headmaster and get the list then. I'm sure that the others are just having fun watching the game. Nothing terrible is happening there. It's alright to leave them a little bit longer.
Sure, they have it all under control.
All right, so as you make your way kind of past, you have to kind of like go past the stadium in order to get to the headmaster's office. As that is going on, Torg and Lorien, you see under the rafters across, you see this like shadowy figure, and you see this person like laying prone in front of them, looking distressed and in trouble, and this shadowy figure is just kind of like levitating over them.
I think that's our cue, mate.
How? Yeah, I think you might be right. How far is it?
It's like under the rafters behind you, so you can run out like under the bleachers and go over there.
Okay, so we can like reasonably reach it quickly, I guess.
Yep.
Okay.
Perfect.
And the other group, as you are headed to the headmaster, it's just so convenient that you also pass by these rafters and see what's going down underneath of them.
I do think we found a solution.
Yep.
Sorry,
I
I'm
start
like-
running.
Immediately checking my stuff, because I got a lot of stuff now.
Yep. So you all run over and you see these like three, they're almost like goblin forms, but they're cloaked in shadows and mist. And they're all kind of hovering over the student who has like a tattered like glitter gold golems spike ball jersey on. And it seems to be one of like the bench players. And they're like in front of. They're like, no, don't, no, I'm good. Don't hurt me. I don't know what's going on. I'm just the opposing team. No violence here. And these two imposing figures just continue floating towards them. At this point, I'm gonna have us roll initiative.
Hey.
I was gonna say, if I wanted to trigger one of my invocations, like, as we're running, do I need to wait to do that, or can I do that, like, going into, like, a thing if I know it's coming, I guess?
You can probably do it on the way.
I'm just trying to figure out, you know, the combat
Right.
economy spacing. Because I think
got
it's
a
just like a,
13.
you know, action to do or whatever.
Right.
I haven't.
It also just occurred to me that this is essentially the plot of Space Jam.
Oh my
What
God,
do we-
you're right.
What do we roll for initiative?
So it's dexterity plus your level, I think, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
It says I need a token? Do I need to be selected, I guess, to, like, roll in the thing?
That 14 there, Captain.
Okay.
Okay, I got 18
Nice. Give me 1 sec.
plus.
Oh, I don't even have you guys all character sheeted in Roll20.
See, how many people do I get?
Okay,
that
so
plus
dex,
one,
level, and a relevant background, right?
Oh, yeah.
two? Your allies equal to the full.
6. I don't think my back. Actually, do I have a relevant background? I might have
Well-
something like
I can help you. I have an ability that allows a number of allies equal to what I have rolled, which was a 1, so just you can get a +4 to the initiative.
that. Ooh.
So seeing, like, you just kind of trying to make your way there, I'm like, no, your form is wrong. You have to run with your knees up, your knees up. You'll never make it in time doing that. And with that advice, it'll give you a +4.
+4, awesome. Oh my god. With that sort of spurring on, can I get like a background boost from my family training of like, oh fuck, Uncle Aria's like yelling at me to do better. All right.
Sure.
Like hustle.
Hey, Chris, I don't think I'm in the Roll20. Could you
Yeah.
resend the link, please?
Oh, really? I
Oh
guess.
no.
Oh sweet. Okay.
It's my fault. I should have
No, you're
checked,
good.
but
We're good.
brings me up to
Okay.
14. Sweet. That helped a lot. I'm just like, thanks, the red sword.
No, that's my job, making you useless creatures slightly as useless.
No.
Okay,
Oh, one's so nice.
I do have a map for those who really want to see something, but it's pretty straightforward, so I'm not even going to cut to it in Streamlabs. So basically, I'm just going to explain it here. So you're all under the bleachers. You're coming from 2 different angles. In the middle section, there's a platform that kind of is down a little bit. So you're all nearby to these 3 shadowy creatures. There's the 3 shadowy goblinoids over top of this human male figure who is looking quite ragged. So, can you read initiatives again? Sorry.
13.
18.
14.
17.
14, thanks to the red sword. And my background. Which, by the way, is properly called, oh, they have a regiment.
Adrian would be so proud.
No, I thought about calling it Shield Mom's Regiment, just for, like, the inside reference.
Look, all I'm saying is they exist in the same universe now.
It's true.
That's
Lorraine is older
true.
than Shield Mom.
I don't like that.
They could
Actually-
bond.
Adrian might know one of Lorraine's family members. That would make a lot of sense. Potentially.
Hey.
If I went to the frat house, I was gonna make a freaking Kane Jacks left a bag of weed joke.
Yes!
How does that relative feel about interracial marriages?
Oh, I mean, chill.
Oh, okay. Then that was one of the ones that Adrian got along with.
They have an older sister who's a paladin of the Adjudicator and would have probably fought in, like, the God Wars or whatever, like, years ago. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's kind of, I was like, oh shit, that would make sense.
Most
Actually.
most of Adrian's experience with elves has been with Thane's family, and they didn't like her.
No.
All right,
Lorraine's don't
so
care.
first
Sorry.
up, No, you're good. The red sword, you are up first. So you see these three shadows kind of looming over this young gentleman in his tattered clothing. What would you like to do? Basically, how combat works is you get I believe it's called a major action and a minor action. And then you also get to move. So it's a lot like 5e if you've played that.
I guess first I will move closer so I could hit things.
Okay.
And I need to rack up command points. I don't know if you can hit a shadow, but I'm going to try to hit a shadow.
Okay. So you run up and you just take command of the situation. You see all the shadowy goblins.
And it looks like I got 21.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Wonderful. So then I roll 1d3. Sorry, I have a lot of rolling to do.
No, you're fine.
What? No, I forgot the guy. 1. Great. I got 4 command points. Lovely. Okay, so that's my turn.
Okay, so do you deal damage? Do you deal a 3 damage too?
I think is the hit not the damage? How does damage work? Is it not like?
Yeah, so the D3 is your damage.
No, the D3 is my command points. After
kind
rolling,
What kind of weapon are you using?
it says hit 6. I assumed that was the weapon. Is it not?
Yeah, but what? Like, is it a sword? Is it?
Yes, it's a short sword.
Okay, then yeah, you deal 1d6 damage. So go ahead and roll that as well.
No, on the thing it says 21 versus AC, and then it says hit 6.
Oh, gotcha. Okay,
so
cool.
I thought that was the hit. Is it
Yep.
not?
No, that's
okay.
good. Okay, so shadow number 1 takes 6 damage. So what does the red sword use as a sword?
The red sword has a little sword, and she calls it the little one. And it's just like, she's been around 2 days. She found it like at a vendor, didn't realize stealing was a thing, and they just took it, and it's like, oh, this is mine now. And it's, decent quality, not great, it's whatever. And they're like, it's fine. Right now, I am not great. I am decent quality. I am whatever. So, the two of us perhaps can make an okay pair if we use our both small, pathetic forms together. That's the thought process of this. And they're like, oh, I've never actually stabbed something myself using another thing. This should be interesting. And they kind of go for it, remembering the way they've instructed others. And apparently they were able to put it together decently enough this time.
Yeah, so you run forward, you strike with the sword, and you do feel some corporeal body underneath. So you know that you're doing damage for sure. Okay,
useful.
would you like a minor action?
No, I'm okay.
Okay. So also I wanted to point out in this system, distance is a lot more relative. There's not a lot that's 30 feet. It's nearby or in eyesight. So I'm not going to worry about movement too much. We'll just kind of rule that on a case-by-case basis. So Yvette, you are up next.
Okay, I'm going to focus my power.
Cool.
And I think that's it.
What does that do?
That makes it so I can cast a spell later.
Dope. Okay,
that's kind of how my character is set up. I spend my turn focusing my power, and then I use my interrupts.
I like
Okay,
that.
Goku.
I like that thematically though for your background and
Really
backstory.
cool.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
You're like, all right, please let this work. Okay, so up next are the shadows. So you watch one of them turn around towards the red sword, and they reach out with these ghastly, shadowy claws, and they are just going to try to rend her, or them. One.
1. I messed up too. It's okay.
21. Wow, that was a really good roll to hit against your armor class.
Yeah, they definitely hit.
Okay. You take... Ooh, wow. This shadow's nuts. You take 8 damage
Okay.
as it reaches out, and you feel this, shadowy gash across your, your shoulder area. As you've probably never really felt pain before, so it's this real, jarring effect. Then you don't really like it.
That's not. This form is terrible.
Alright, that's that shadow. Next shadow is going to run up to One shadow is actually going to focus on the guy they have on the ground already, and he's going to attack him. Gee, that's a natural 20. So the guy on the ground goes unconscious.
Oh, no.
You watch as his lights, like his head hits against like a rock on the ground, and he's just knocked out for now. So that's that one's turn. Next one is going to go up to, I don't know who else. So the other side would be Lorian and Torg. So we'll say Torg. Does a 15 hit your armor class, Torg?
No, it does not.
Okay, so you watch, you kind of fend off the shadowy claws. Again, it feels corporeal underneath the shadow, and you're able to just kind of like use your strength and dexterity and speed and just kind of shove it off of you.
Can I can I use that as a trigger to cast one of my spells?
Yeah.
Okay, so the trigger is a nearby enemy misses with an attack. So I'm going to cast Bitter Lessons.
Okay.
So the attack is intelligence plus level versus MD.
Okay,
Magic
so
defense.
yeah, mental defense.
Okay.
So yeah, so you just roll a d20 plus your intelligence, plus your level, and it's like
Okay.
rolling to hit on a different stat, basically. That's all it is.
Okay.
It's the same
Yeah.
thing.
It's the 4E mentality of you have different ACs for different kinds of attacks
Yeah.
versus rolling rolling saves.
You're basically like doing like psychic damage to it, kind of.
Yeah. I only got a 10 though.
That hits. They're not very hard to hit.
Oh, cool. Then I deal 2d6 plus wisdom. Those are not 6. So 7 plus 3, so 10 total. And when I hit with a spell attack that deals psychic damage, one target of the attack can't attack you during its next turn in this battle, unless you are the only nearby enemy.
Cool, yeah. So you watch as the shadow reaches out, and Torg is able to fend it off with his hand axes, and then you hear Yvette kind of not even yell, but you just see this like mist come out from Yvette and just consume this already shadow, kind of mixing the two different colored shadows together. And the goblinoid kind of shakes its head and looks around at this sourceless damage it just took.
It's very very tendril like, very eldritch.
Very tenderly. Awesome. Torg, you're up next. Or no, I'm sorry. Lorian and Torg, you kept tied, so whatever you want to do.
If you want to go Torg, because you just got like tangled with in the engagement, I think it would make sense for you to go first
Sure.
and kind of respond.
Yeah, sure. With my animal companion being the wolf, aka Big Dog, my animal companion will be acting after I do.
Mhm.
First thing up on the docket is I'm gonna just back up and throw axes.
All right.
So first one away. 18.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. That's 6 points of damage,
Okay.
and then I'll throw another axe if that's all right.
Yep.
And what's the penalty
Well,
for
can
that
you do
then?
that? Do you have multiple attacks?
Yeah, I can do multiple attacks.
Okay.
As long as I'm using 2 one-handed weapons. I have 2 hand
Gotcha.
axes. So
Cool.
20, not natural though.
That'll hit.
That'll be 7 points of damage.
Okay. And this is on the
And-
one right in front of you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I backed up, and then I'm gonna on Torg's action, I'm gonna have Torg fill in the distance between me and the creature, and then not Torg, Terror, and then Terror's going to attack as well, and Terror is gonna get a +3 to hit as on top of his bonuses because the thing is engaged with someone else, and I also attacked it this turn, so it gets all those wonderful bonuses.
Sweet.
That's gonna be way over a 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
I don't know how much it is exactly, but it's way over a 20. And that is going to be 3 points of damage as the axes are sticking in this shadow creature, and then Torg's like, "All right, Terra, sick 'em," and Terra runs up, just just takes a chomp into the leg of the shadow.
Yeah, so as the two of you strike in tandem, definitely a flawless team that has seen several combats at this point together, you watch as the shadow just kind of dissipates and is no longer there. All right, Amara, you're up next.
Oh wait, I think I go, don't I?
Oh, sorry, yeah, Lorian, you're up next.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, so there's still 2 shadows up, and the person they were targeting is unconscious right now.
Yep, correct.
All right. I double checked. Setting an invocation is actually a quick action or whatever that is.
Oh,
So I
that's
guess I
really
don't
cool.
necessarily need to get it off like beforehand.
Cool.
So now I will just sort of trigger my invocation of healing, which gives me an additional use of my heal spell for like during this battle, just in case I need it. And then I'm going to use my main action to shoot a javelin of faith at the shadow like nearest to the downed NPC.
Cool.
That's just a nearby target. So let me see, make an attack. That's a 21 versus physical defense.
Yep.
Sweet. And then damage is that's gonna be 8 holy damage.
Nice.
Yeah. And I think that's it. I'll just use the rest of my like, time to get to that NPC and sort of position myself above them in protection mode.
Yeah, so you watch as this like arc of like holy energy comes out from Lorian's hand, and they kind of step back and realize that this holy energy has definitely impacted the shadow more so than other damage types. So
good to know. I'll just sort of look at them and be like, oh, hey there then. Do I recognize this as some sort of undead thing?
It's not necessarily undead.
Okay.
It is somewhat of like a figment of another person though. So it's not undead, but it's not natural either.
Is it like necromancy type stuff?
More like
I'm trying to decide how like salty Lorian's gonna be like,
No, not.
dealing with
It's
these.
more like illusion stuff.
Okay.
Like, all right. Okay, now Amara is up.
Do I have a clear shot with my bow, or are my allies in the way?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, great. I'm going to do a double ranged attack with my longbow.
Okay.
The first one is an odd number, so I don't get a second attack. But it is a 15.
That hits.
Excellent. Oh, max damage. Nice. I do 9 points of damage. But I rolled odd, so I don't get to attack again.
Okay. So
Thank you for the raid roll.
Yeah, thank you. We got
Hello.
it.
Thanks, friends.
Ooh.
So you reach back and find your quiver flawlessly and fire off an arrow at the same shadow that Lorian had currently impacted with their holy light, and these two like forces collide at the same time, and the shadow is no more. It's just scattered across the stone floor.
Excellent. That's it for me. I'm gonna stay where I am.
Okay, the red sword. What you got?
Yeah, I don't need to do that, so I'm just going to hit them again.
Okay, go for it.
Because this is going very well, and I don't have to use my... Let's see. That wasn't so good. I got a 9.
9 misses, unfortunately.
But how about if I add a +3 to that? Does that fix it?
That hits, yes.
Okay, then... I'm checking to make sure that I'm allowed to use it on me.
Oh, with your, yeah.
Yeah. If not that, can I use my 6 with Polly to add a +6 since, they're an item. I'm using a sword, which is an item.
If you want to use that as Polly's intervene for the chapter, then...
No, I don't have an intervene. I have my dice pool from rolling the 6, I get an extra dice pool.
Yeah, as long as you can use that on your own attacks, that's fine.
I believe I can, yes. It's just
Cool.
a free dice pool.
Yep, then go for it.
Cool, so let me roll that d6. Wait, let me double check and make sure I understand what I'm doing. I am sorry, I have like a lot
You're
of
good.
things. And you gain a d6 leverage die. Write down the icon's name and whether the icon is 5 or 6. Once before your next full hit, you can add this die to a skill check. And okay, so no, I can't. Never mind, I'll just miss.
Okay. So you run
Sorry.
up and no, you're fine. And the shadow kind of does the old part in half and then reform behind you as you kind of swing wildly through it. Still kind of getting your bearing here. Okay, Yvette, you're up next.
All right. I'm gonna focus my power.
Okay.
Pass turn.
You continue focusing on the battlefield in front of you. Shadows are up next. There's only one left as a major action, whatever you want to call it, as their main action. They're going to use Rend on Lorien because they are right next to the unconscious person now. So that's an 18 against your armor class.
That'll hit.
Cool. So you take 6. It's called negative energy damage. It's necrotic damage now.
Okay.
Also, with this turn, I should have been doing this. So actually, the red sword, you actually get to hit because on the second round of combat, we have something called the escalation die. And it pretty much, on the second turn, it goes up to 1. So every PC, on every roll they make, gets a +1 to their roll. So if you want to roll damage, the red sword, you may also do that.
I think it's part of it, right? Because there's the attack and then the hit, so the hit's 8.
Okay, yep.
Yes. Okay.
Cool.
Just making sure I'm understanding the roll's 20 right.
You're
I'm
good.
not like making up a number.
Nope. So you
What was
actually
the,
do deal...
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Finish. No, finish.
Okay, so you do deal 8 more damage as you slice through it, catching it as it forms around you.
Okay. Was that a natural odd attack roll, mayhaps?
The red swords or mine?
Yours.
It was.
Okay, I'm gonna use that as a trigger to cast the spell Timely Mistake.
Cool.
Ooh.
What does that do?
So I can only use it once per battle, I think. The hit is intelligence plus level versus MD.
Cool.
So that's gonna be an 18 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
And then attack is 1d6 plus wisdom psychic damage. So 8 damage, and the target re-rolls their attack and must use the lower result.
Okay, they still don't hit.
No, I thought they did hit.
Oh, did they hit you, Lorien? I'm sorry.
They hit me, yeah.
Oh, okay, well, it's a 10 now. So I'm assuming that misses.
Oh, yeah, that'll miss. So
Cool.
I can add the HP back then?
Yep.
Score.
So, Yvette, how does that look? What do you do when you cast this spell?
I kind of imagine like these tendril-like tendrils, I guess, kind of wisp out and crack like a whip, like just knocking the shadow back and just, you know, staggering them essentially. So yeah, it kind of just like a whoosh.
Very cool. So as you do that, you watch as the shadow dissipates, as the tendril crashes through its form, and it is no more. It just turns to ash and dust across the stone floor. And you are out of combat, with Yvette scoring the final blow there. You also see
I got a kill!
You also see the unconscious young man in front of you, clearly wounded by some negative energy.
Yeah, Lorien will just sort of immediately drop and use one of their heals on this person, which just lets them heal using a recovery. Don't know
Okay.
how that works for an NPC. And
I'll
then who
just
else got
give him a head.
hit? Torg got hit?
No, I didn't get hit. I'm good.
Okay, the red sword got hit.
Yes, it's
Um,
not terrible though.
Oh, but I mean, it's better safe than sorry. And I'll just sort of friendly, like, pat you on the shoulder with
The
my
shoulder is
tattoo.
where it was hit.
Yeah. So, like, they touch you with, like, their tattooed hand, and it flares with this, like, golden light, and you can also heal using a recovery.
All right. Okay, how do you do that?
Let me double check the healing. I
So-
had it up a second ago.
So
Ah.
every class has a recovery dice.
Right. So it's a
Oh.
D8
And, like, a
plus
certain
2.
number of daily recoveries you get,
Yes.
pretty much.
So you can
Okay,
roll
so you
your
just roll
recovery
that.
dice plus your constitution.
Got it. All right, I get a 3 back. That's lovely.
All right, so you get 3 hit points back. The young man comes to, and as he's about to begin speaking to you, and you can see like the thank and the gratitude in his eyes. But around the corner, you hear, "Roger, what are you doing?" And you look over and
Ooh.
you see.
Sorry, the targets
ahead.
also add hit points equal to double my level, so you also get 2 hit points because we're level 1 because of my domain. Haha!
Nice.
Nice. So you look over and you see this. He has long black hair and a ponytail, and he's wearing the same robes that the professors did. He's like, "Roger, what were you doing? This is incredibly dangerous and irresponsible. Thank you all for saving my student, but we really must be going."
Your name first, Professor?
Professor Renato, it's a pleasure. And he stands up, the student called Roger, and begins ushering him off.
I completely look at like Amara, like immediately, like, hey.
Heard it. Does Roger seem pleased to be going with his professor, or does he seem reluctant?
He seems fine. He doesn't really know what's going on, and he knows that a friendly face is trying to get him out of a bad situation, so seems okay.
I'll lean over to the folks that were not with us at the frat and say, Renata was a name we were given by some others as a potential person of interest in this situation.
Perhaps we should follow them.
I think that might be a good idea.
I
Boy.
don't believe that our cleric here has finished checking him out. Do you mind if
Oh.
we follow you? I give you a look like just listen. Do you mind if we follow you to someplace a bit quieter so we can make sure the boy here is all right?
Go ahead and make a charisma check.
I can do that.
I'm just waving with my tattooed hand, like, oh, hey!
I got a 12. I have all of these points. I don't know who's Infinity. What does she do?
Affinity is like the arch existence of, like, she's a matchmaker. She loves weddings and
That's
all that
useless
kind of
here.
stuff.
Oh, I know Affinity. Oh yeah, I remember I threw a shindig for her.
Okay,
she's the
Sure
greatest.
did.
Polly likes money and hiding. That's not useful. Korg is a 5. 5s are risky, but what is Korg? Okay, what does Korg do?
Krug is the he's like a giant earth elemental that helps wildlife.
And and the husband, what does he do?
Oh, he's just the fucking worst, pretty much.
He's just the worst.
He's just the worst.
Yeah, his
He's
name.
essentially like Cthulhu's personal assistant.
Hi, my name's Marty. So
Imagine
Okay.
imagine like a cult leader.
A cult leader. So it sounds like he's good at convincing people. So
Yeah.
I'm going to use that 5 to pull into the thing I can do, which may completely backfire on me or work great.
Oh no, this is pretty
Okay.
early. Okay.
Dude, I have so many of them. I want to use at
love
least
this.
once. And it only just takes away from my roll, and my roll's already like shit at 12, so it can't hurt me too bad.
So what does the 5 do? Why is it difficult?
5 is risky because it might just immediately not take away the die pool instead of give it to me. But I need to
Gotcha.
read exactly how it does because
I think
If
said
you
it
roll a
earlier,
6, it's
yeah.
negative.
yes. Okay. So I'll just roll that 1d6 and we'll see what I can add to it. Okay, I get a 2. So that brings me to a 14 to convince them.
So you look up at Professor Renato escorting Roger out of the bleachers, and he's like, "No, that's quite all right. We have great physicians. Thank you so much." And he's very much quickening his pace.
I follow him anyway.
Yep.
Okay, so you're
mean-
just sticking to his heels?
I mean, I would like to use my trailblazer background to like make sure we maintain a decent trail that doesn't get us like busted.
We'll say that Torg is astute at navigating crowds of frat boys.
Well, I
So-
do also have my my feet, my tracker feet.
Mhm.
I've got that at adventurer level, so like I can. Let me hold on. Never mind. I have to get it up another level to be able to track well in
Okay.
an environment. So
You can still track it. I mean, you can still help track.
okay.
So you with
I guess it's more tailing than tracking.
Yeah.
Like just trying not to get made.
I guess
Professor in a sea of drunk students. It's not that hard to follow him.
Good point.
is the intention to make your presence known or not make your presence known?
Unknown.
Is everyone doing that?
I would like to stealth.
Yeah, if everyone else is stealthing, I'll stealth. Either way, I'm following him.
Yeah, I'll try to fit in with everyone.
Okay, so
Clunk clunk.
we'll
Clunk,
say
clunk.
with the help of this crowd, it's not hard to stealth. And with all the noise going on, the clunking is drowned out. You watch Renato pull Roger around a corner and like push him up against a wall, and you eavesdrop, and you hear, Roger, what were you doing? You know that is far beyond your scope of powers right now. And he's like, well, I just wanted to give it a go. I mean, everybody else that went on the expedition has all these cool like powers now and all this cool shit, and I didn't know what I was doing, Professor. It's like, all right, well, it's quite all right, Roger. I know you were just a bit excited, but you can't tell anyone what happened, okay? Roger's like, yes, I wouldn't dream of it. Just, can I go back to the match now? It's kind of a big day. It's like, yes, just use your head. Please be more intelligent. You're studying for a reason, are you not? And you watch Roger kind of like come around the corner with his shoulders kind of shrugged.
I think you might want to report back to the headmaster.
I think that too.
You think we got enough to go on?
There's somewhere to start.
That's true. And what else are we going to do? Just tail this teacher for the rest of the day?
Well, we
I
were
mean-
given a vision of something going wrong with the game, so
I mean, we could always. Does anyone have any wine? We could always just try to get him really drunk.
Like on me, no.
but this is a college.
If we can find something to alcohol.
Torg pulls out a canteen. Oh mate, I got you covered right here. And it's just like when he opens it, it's almost like just gasoline smell comes
Oh
out.
jeez.
So-
Dwarven moonshine,
Oh.
there, darling. What do you
That
think?
essentially, that's planned. So you can tell me if this is even gonna work or if it's possible or whatever. She wants to pull the whole like, I hate drinking alone deal.
Yeah, I mean, so you kind of track him and he comes back out to like in a crowd. If you want to walk up and try to make a charisma check to him, you definitely can.
Yes. Yeah. I'll be walking around with like 2 drinks in hand. Okay, so I've got 2 drinks in my hand right now as I'm approaching.
Mhm.
Charisma check. 19.
Okay, what are you saying? I hate drinking alone.
You wouldn't happen to want one of these, would you? They made one wrong, and I just hate letting alcohol go to waste.
He kind of looks around like nervously for a little while, and he's kind of thinks better. He's like, well, I suppose I could do
You'd
one.
be doing me a huge favor.
Of course, and yeah, what is your name?
Oh, I'm Yvette. Pleasure to meet you.
Ah, yes, I'm Renato. Let's find a seat.
What a gentleman.
Yeah, he goes and pulls out your chair and sits down across from you.
So she kind of just wants to like feel him out in like a very conversational way. Like she's not gonna go asking him his mother's
Sure.
his mother's maiden name right away. We gotta get ourselves up. We gotta inch our way up to those credit card
Of
questions.
course, yeah. He's like, yes, it's been a great day. I've been looking forward to the tailgate for a while now, but it has been stressful as well. It's just a lot going on at work.
Oh my goodness, tell me about it. What's ailing you?
Well, I just have these students. They're so irresponsible, and they don't do anything I tell them. But enough about me. Tell me about you. What do you do?
Well, I didn't do much until recently, and now I'm having to figure out how to do things on my own, you know?
I don't, but I'll take your word for it.
I lived a rather comfortable life, and now I just have to do a lot of things for myself.
Of course, yes. I allow my students to do hands-on work and expeditions to know the value of hard work and things of that nature.
If only someone had taught me that.
Exactly. I think you could have really benefited. And he just makes a really bad joke.
She like her smile kind of freezes as she like lets that bad joke just like water off a duck's back. Water off a duck's back. So, what do you teach then? I mean, I'm passing through the area, but
Oh, I teach paleontology and artifacts, and I take my students on expeditions. We recently had a very interesting one that was a very good time, and my students really learned a lot. It's really about what they get out of it, not me, of course.
Oh, of course. This expedition, like, I'm actually very interested, and I know I don't look it, but I'm a little bit older than you might think, and maybe I can offer some insights in this archaeology sort of deal.
Well, I
mean, I'm not a million years old, but it's good, several hundred.
I wouldn't want to intrude. In fact, I should probably be going. It was so nice to have this drink, ma'am. I really appreciate it.
Ma'am?
That's polite, is it not?
Do I look like a ma'am?
All right, how would you like me to address you? As Yvette?
Oh my god, I'm
He pushes like the beer aside. He's like, okay, I'm out of here.
That's when Torg just kind of
drink with me anymore because you think I'm old.
That's when Torg shuffles up and sits down at the table Yvette's at, puts his a drink with that sloshes around orange, and it smells kind of like diesel. So you know he made this one for you. Oh, it's the jungle juice, honey. It'll cheer you up. Look, don't let old Professor Fuckface get you down.
What is his reaction to this, by the way?
Oh, he's getting the fuck up. He's like, yep, so sorry, I didn't mean to offend. Thank you so much. He leaves a few gold coins on the table for the service, and he's just like...
Damn, I was hoping to guilt him into staying.
No, he's backing the fuck away.
But Torg fell for it and thinks you're distressed.
Yeah, so he leaves, and Eva kind of like straightens up. Oh, God. What is this?
Oh, it's the jungle juice, my lady. If that's what you prefer. Don't call her Ma'am Terra. You saw it.
Don't be silly. I know my age.
Oh, I'm like 123-ish years old. I kind of lost track after a while there.
I wish I could lose track.
Wait, who's the youngest in the party?
Oh, you at 2 days.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not 2 days old. I have been around for 130 years.
Yeah, 130. I've been around for
Aw.
about 130. How cute. So we're like the same age. Adorable. Amara, you're a wee lass. Is that what I'm hearing?
I'm 23, so
Oh,
The
you're a baby.
youngest by like 100 years.
yeah,
A
apparently.
little bit.
Oh, you're
So-
the cut.
What's your lifespan look like there? For me, it's like I still got like a 250 years in me, depending how much I drank.
I got a solid century.
Hey, so we're about
Not
the same
bad.
age then, relatively speaking.
All right, well, that was a bust.
Oh, I
Not
don't know.
necessarily.
What are you thinking?
We've confirmed that he was on the expedition with students that had a change in their power structure, and he gives them hands-on experience when he's on missions with them. So it's enough to get a start, maybe convince the headmaster to let us look into his office and his things and his history with
true.
the students.
True. Or we can just grab Roger, threaten him until he'll talk and admit what happened and how he got his new powers.
Good one,
Let's
too.
not traumatize the
Could see if
students.
we could always see if the headmaster might know wherever this expedition thing took place. If that's where whatever weirdness is going down keeps happening, might be good to take a look. See, after
Worth a
we find
shot.
out the score. Anybody know the score?
Oh, look, I'm not much of a betting dwarf usually, but if I had to put a lot of money on it, I'll guarantee you the headmaster had no idea about this expedition.
Oh, how much money would you like to put on that? If you just were.
Oh,
I'm
it
like
was
already
just
reaching for a bag.
All right, first the red sword, now you. It's just a figure of speech, mate.
Oh, I look a little put out. Because just never mind. It's okay.
Fine, I'll put a gold piece on it.
Oh, okay, I'll take you up on that one. I don't even remember which side I'm on right now, but you let me know. I trust you.
All right, if the headmaster knows about the expedition, I'll pay you.
Okay.
If I'm
Hey.
right and the headmaster has no clue about this expedition, you pay me.
Okay, we should really get heading to that headmaster's office then. It's like even
already
one
done.
gold is enough for Lorian to be like, let's go.
So you meld with the crowd, kind of leaving the stadium at this point. The game's over. Some fans are dejected, some are elated. It's hard to tell who's who, though. You don't really know the final score yet. And you kind of meld into this everyone's been in that after show or after game crowd that's all marching
where
the
you
same
go
way.
nowhere? Yeah.
Yeah, so you're
Just sit in the
stuck.
parking lot for 8 hours.
Yes, so you are stuck in this on foot traffic jam. As you're doing that, I'd say probably who's tallest, Yvette. You see above the crowd, you see Professor Renato tailing you all.
Ooh.
Shoes on the other foot, huh?
Do I want to? So I'll mention this to the party and be like, should I acknowledge him?
Yes, I think that's for the best.
No, I want to see what he does if we don't tell him we see him.
We could split off in that next juncture up there and see which group he follows, and whoever he doesn't follow can follow him.
Not a bad plan.
Love that.
It's a good idea.
I was thinking maybe we duck into somewhere where we're not actually headed, like just say a random bar or something, right? See if he follows us in there.
All right, so the plan is that we duck into a random bar, see who falls in there, or that we split off and see who he follows. If we split off and see who he follows, then we can have the other group go tell the headmaster. So it's just whichever. Do we want to all confront him?
Oh, we don't really know what we're confronting right now. I'll do whatever everybody thinks is best. Tactical thinking's not really my forte there, but I think it would be good if we had at least some sort of a segment of us available for a backup just in cases.
Yes, I like the idea of just splitting up and then having a roundabout party come in and attack if we need them. I think that's probably the smartest one. What does everyone else think?
While you're debating this, Lorian, I need you to make a saving throw.
Ooh.
So you just
Ooh.
roll a flat d20. The DC to beat is 12.
12. 15.
15. So, Yvette, again, you see this. He is not a stealthy man. You watch as he's like, his hand is up his sleeve, but it's almost motioning like a somatic component for a spell. And Lauren, you feel your power, your healing gift being ripped from you for a second. Your tattoo almost fades a little bit on the palm of your hand, and then you're able to fight it off. You know that he has, at some level, just tried to steal your magic.
All right.
And that's where we're going to end, actually.
Ah!
So we will get to it again next time.
I
I'd like to watch him try to steal my magic. I feel
Yeah.
like that would be very interesting.
I figured this would be a fun Yvette duality quest.
Because
I
it's like,
like
how
it.
would he take it? It's not
Yeah,
even
it's
technically
not-
mine.
It's not
mean,
hers.
He's just gonna get wrapped up in like arch existence divorce court for
Like,
like interfering
excuse
with
you.
your
He
ruling.
has to go to
I
court.
only get 10%. You're not getting any of that.
Awesome.
For interfering in alimony.
All right, let's go around and plug. Sam, you want to kick us off? Sorry, you just took a drink.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's all right. Hey, everyone. I am Sam. I played Lorien, the cleric, today. You can find me on Twitter at @TheSamWisest. I'm Samwise_GameG here on Twitch. I'm the accessibility director here at the Chromatic Chimera and a TTRPG streamer and a disability advocate. You can see me right back here next on Saturday at 2 p.m. for our Monsters of the Week campaign, Mysteries of the Mojave. Otherwise, you can see me on Mondays for No Initiative. Our quest campaign is currently just wrapped up season 1, but season 2 is going to be premiering on the 19th. And this Monday, we're actually might be streaming some like Among Us with the cast or something.
Ooh.
So follow No Initiative TV on Twitter to get like any updates for that. Yeah, that'll be ridiculous.
Alex.
Hi, I'm Alex. You probably know me as Mr. Puddins. I was playing a good mate Tog tonight, and it was very exciting. I'll be back on Friday as I am GMing. I am the game doge for our Zweihander historical campaign, Bloody Portrait. That's a vampire story that takes place in the Italian Renaissance. Most of the cast, we were doing like full-ass get-ups. It's a lot of fun, and if you like this style of character-driven action, you'll really enjoy Bloody Portrait.
Awesome, thank you, Abby.
Hello, I am Abby. You can find me on Twitter at D8Bit Gaming, where I post lots of dice that I make. I recently posted a really cool collaboration set I did with Alex, where he painted some resin skulls for me, and I put them in dice, and they look dope as heck. So if you like dice, and I'm assuming if you're here you do, come follow me.
All right, thank you. Lucy, we're plugging if you didn't catch that.
I gathered. Hi, I'm Lucy. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram as @BluebirdDraws. You can find me here every Wednesday in this game and in Agora's Bells as Renan Wenlielo, the Elven Wizard. You can find me next Monday on Fat Dragon Gaming playing No Happy Endings. We're going to be doing a series of short story arcs with a variety of systems. We're starting with Masks. It's being DM'd by my brother. I'm very excited. You can also find me on Saturday at Fat Dragon Gaming with the Chaos Complex. I play a Twi'lek operative called Jayara. We recently broke out of prison, so things are going great. And you can find me usually on the first Tuesday of every month playing Elsewhere. Here, we did not have a game this month due to some cast conflicts, but we will be back next month. And we'll also probably be playing Among Us at some point on Fat Dragon Gaming, so.
Sweet, thank you, Nevi.
Hi guys, I'm Nevi. You can find me here on Sundays playing Rosalind, who's the flower fairy who had a bunch of interesting things happen to her and has kind of become an anti-hero. It's a thing. You should check out Awakened Pixels because it's fun and silly and has a lot of video game references. And we get new guests and we're having Cindy. And I love Cindy so much and I missed her, so I'm so glad we're having Cindy. Yay, that's all I have to say. Have a great day. Woo!
Yay, Cindy. Yeah, I'm Chris. I DM this game, obviously. Again, this is going to be kind of like contained little stories. Next session, we'll probably wrap up this little who stole, who done it kind of mystery in the college town. And then we'll go from there to another mildly cursed item. So that's kind of what you can expect from now on, is just these short little contained like 1-2 episode stories. Again, the DM might rotate. We've got that on the table as well if anyone is feeling like it. So be ready for that. I also DM Agora's Bells every other Wednesday. So next Wednesday we are gonna fight God. And
Oh boy.
and I'm really excited for that because it was like just a spur of the moment thing that kind of came up that I still need to plan for. So that's gonna be really cool. I've said this a lot to the wrong turns over the past 2 years, 1 year, 1 year,
Year and a half at
year
this
and a
point.
half. Yeah, I've said it a lot, but this one's looking grim.
Oh boy. Fred Blossom's mom. We can't TPK now.
You
that
know
would
what?
suck.
Scared.
It's fine.
Adrian's just gonna arm wrestle Boolin, just like.
The resolution of my backstory is in the same room as the party.
Pretty
Oh
much
my
everybody's
God.
kind of
Yeah,
tied to
in
this.
some form. Yeah, that's true. Shit. Oh
Yeah.
fuck.
So anyways, that's going to be a lot of fun. It's a lot of character arcs. Pretty much everyone's kind of coming to a head here. And that's going to be really, really cool to see how that turns out because, you know, like as a DM, you want to balance encounters towards the players, but I'm not going to say all of them are. So anyways, I'll stop talking now, but thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope you enjoyed this kind of little fun thing. Most of these are going to be kind of goofy and kind of like that. So if you like that, please come on by in 2 weeks and we'll see you then. Thank you so much. We're going to go raid our friend Christian, it looks like. Oh, was I supposed to say his real name? Anyways, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, bye there.